All right. Matt will join us in a few. I'm trying to find Jody's channel, and look, the only one I get is this guy here. Hey, there's my cursor, and I know it's not Jody's. Hey, Tomas.
Yeah,
What's up, buddy? What's up? What?
I was going to say Tomas had a good little constructive criticism for you. Redo your intro and put some music in it while they're waiting.
You could at least have a bit of music. See, yeah, you think so?
I think you should do one like Matt does, where he does like the nice little 3-minute intro, kind of put some music on there.
Keep it short, two minutes maybe.
I mean,
I don't really like those 5-minute ones.
Well, it's however long you feel like it kind of gives you that buffer zone to let you know, hey, it's going to start soon, and then it gets you that way you can be all ready to go.
Hey, Art. Yeah, I can't find Jody's channel.
Yeah, I asked him to put a link in the chat, and he didn't do it yet, so I don't know.
Let me see if this comes up with this. Yes. So I can turn around. I hate this fucking commercials. Now I can take this chat, pop it up, put it over here. I talk to you guys normally. I go down. Damn. Max Air and the guys, Drum Bum and all. They showed.
There you go, Jim.
Oh, okay.
Now you can pull his channel up.
There we are. I did watch it. And see, I am subscribed to him, so I don't get how I couldn't find the damn channel. And it's called Drone Shots.
Yeah, but it was buried.
Yeah, man. That's like mine. I think I'm on page 10. I'm out there. So I saw Car Show, but I didn't see Battle Creek Mission Car. Well, 26 minutes. The other one's an hour? I must have been really bored if I watched an hour of it.
Yeah, it was long, but man, there were some good cars in it. He was right down street level, too. I like that.
You know what kills you, Bob? Some of these cars we had.
Oh, I know it. I know it. There's some cars I wish I had back.
Yep. Like GTOs. I had them. Dodge Coronets. Had them.
I had a 66 SSL Camino, man. I wish I had. I wish I'd kept that car.
Those Chevy Impalas, my father loved them. They were like the family
station. They were nice cars.
Yeah.
They rode sweet, man. They rode real well.
I remember we used to call it the Green Hornet. We had like a Plymouth. It was so big. I don't know what era. It must have been from the 50s. I swear to God. When I was about 5. So it might have been from the 50s. God.
Yeah, I wasn't even. Oh, go ahead.
No, we never saved any of our cars.
Oh, no. Could you imagine if you saved just half the cars you would have thought weren't valuable 50 years ago?
Sorry, Matt. I didn't see you, bro. I'm sorry.
Hey, I wasn't subbed to Jody's channel either. I was subbed to the wrong drone shots this whole damn time.
Hey, has anybody?
Yeah, he put the link in. He put the link in there.
I never did see
it. You got to go up though, because a lot of people are typing in the chat, so it went by pretty quick.
Bob, Justin, Jim, how are you?
What's going on, Matt?
Hello, Matt.
Plenty, mate. Plenty. Has anybody gone in and tested the to test your speakers on StreamYard and listen to the song that they play.
Yeah, your headphone, or you have a great show.
Yeah, I was laughing my guts out.
What? I
Testing
didn't
your
even see
speakers
that.
on StreamYard.
Oh, is there any way we can play that?
You have
There
to
may
play it
be.
when you're in the audio menu.
Maybe if I share this screen, the screen that I'm on.
All right.
If I share this screen, this one, I might get an echo though.
Yeah, I laughed my ass off when I first heard that.
Anyway, all right. So I'm sharing that. Let's go into here. All right, I might get an echo. Oh, okay. And we'll go into here. Go into audio test.
Oh,
hang on. Do this again. Share screen. That one there. Share system audio. That's better. Right. Okay. Go from there. Share that one, Jimmy. Here we go.
I got it.
Listen to this.
Testing your speakers on StreamYard. Sounds like they're working. Have a great show. Testing your speakers on StreamYard. Sounds like they're working. Have a great show.
Just a happy time.
At least it's positive.
Oh my God. Oh, Bob finds that happy. So happy he froze.
Oh no. He's on his phone too, and he had better reception than he gets on his computer, he said.
Oh, bugger.
What's up,
Bugger.
Fuad?
Damn, he was with us the whole time too.
Oh, bad luck.
Oh, poor Bob. He's got to be pissed.
Yeah, it would be too. Well, he's on his landline now, is he? On his home internet now, is he?
Oh, he's back.
What is up, everybody in the chat? Just covering everybody.
Bob, before you came on, did you test your speakers?
Yeah. I'm going through my phone anyway, so.
Ain't that hilarious?
I didn't even see that.
StreamYard.
That's just a happy family tune.
Is that the first time you ever heard that, Matt?
It's the first time I've ever had to test them because it usually just works. But yeah, I thought it might have been just a beep 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 like normal shit. Oh no, they got the StreamYard song in there. StreamYard theme song.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, unbelievable. So what's going on, people?
Well, let me say this before anything else. In NFL football, the New York Jets lost. No news, no real news there. So I'll leave that. That's the end of that.
Yeah,
Oh,
the old man,
unbelievable.
Tom Brady still kicking it. Tom Brady's still looking good.
Who's he playing for now?
Tampa Bay.
Oh, really?
Isn't
Tampa
it?
Bay
Yeah, Tampa Bay.
Oh, don't act like I should know that.
came back from behind and beat the Cowboys.
I don't watch anybody but the Jets because I'm a glutton for punishment. If I'm not getting beat up,
Hey, I
I
had
just
something happen to me.
what?
I tell you what I was doing, man. With as much as I fly, and went to a minefield, and I'm constantly putting it in, taking it out, putting it in, taking it out, and I took it for granted. It was one of those times I wanted to get up in the air quick, and I got complacent. I didn't check, wasn't looking my drone over like I should. But right before I went to power it on, I looked down and I see a gap between my prop and my motor. And in my mind, I just thought, push down on it. And I said, then it made me look at the rest of them. And I looked and I went, the rest of them are tight. What's the deal here? Turned my drone sideways, the prop fell off. I went, oh, man, if I had this up in the air, this could have been bad. So
Hell yeah.
since then, I have been checking them props. I got complacent, and I'm sure that all of us do the same thing. we get a little bit where we're just, we just want to fly, get up and fly, and not completely check things over. And from now on, I don't want to have, $1,200 come down to the ground.
Now that he brings that up, I was flying my Mavic 2 Pro the other day, and I was telling Matt, okay, I'm flying it, and it's below a tree. I've got it below the tree. Here's the tree. Here's the drone. Because I got it just facing house, construction going on. It's not telling me, the sensors weren't telling me that I had a tree above me or anything like that. But
Here
when
we
I
go
looked
at the trees again.
They have sensors on the top?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But when I go into flights, what is it, my logs? Look here, September 9th. Under here, you'll see the one right there, okay? See where it says tips and warnings? So I'll hit warnings.
More with the
and it has
tips.
that. And you look at this. Upward obstacle detected. Upward obstacle avoided. Revised flight route. None of this came up on the screen.
Didn't come up on your screen. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, as I said to you, if I'm running batteries down in the lounge, I can punch that thing up as hard as I like in the lounge, and it'll stop. Meter and a half before the ceiling. It's
What drone are you talking about?
The Mavic 2 Pro. Hey, Ron.
That's interesting.
Mr. Lockwood.
Ron. Just going on with that prop issue too, Bob. I mean, you know how many flights I've done with that Spark, right? And that thing's just done so many hours up in the air. And it was one day that I actually just thought, I'll check all these props out. And on the Spark, there's, on the Mavics, the 2s and all that sort of shit, you got your 3 locking pins on your props that obviously lock down and you twist them off. Now, the Spark's got 2 of them. And I pulled the props off, checking them out. Everything was all fine. And I pulled one off, and one of the locking mechanisms wasn't there. So the prop was only held on with 1 instead of 2. So always paid it. No, it didn't do anything. I didn't realize it was like that because I'd flown it like the day before. The locking mechanism wasn't even in the motor. So I don't know where the hell that is. So yeah, it does pay to. I always check them now. Always pull the props off, have a look, and I squeeze them together to make sure they're not split and cracked and moving. I just squeeze them so they're still hard, whack them back in, and it's good to go. But yeah, always a good thing to check them sight unseen. You can't see it's missing unless you pull your prop off.
This map is out of date, by the way, because there's houses. Oh, look, you can see my cursor. There's houses right on either side of me now. Either side of me, they've got houses built. And that's what the camera's doing.
Well, they're using Google Earth probably, too.
Let's watch Jim's stick movements here, and if for any sudden gusts.
Oh, right there across the street are these trees I was coming from, Matt.
Well,
see them right there? Right there. They're about 130 feet tall. And then it came over, and it's this one that it blew into. Driveway, tree. Driveway, tree. Driveway, tree. Tree, driveway.
Look at the wind blowing that thing around there now, mate.
Why is your phone doing that? Shut up, Matt. Why is your phone doing that?
I have no clue. But if I drop one more time, I'm staying gone.
Is your Wi-Fi on the phone?
Nope.
What I find
through the phone.
Every now and then you just turn your phone off and on.
There he goes.
Might help. Can I make a quick announcement?
Yeah.
Thursday, 6 p.m., Mitch is going to come and do a quick live stream. Well, I don't know about quick, but he's going to come on a live stream.
He told me
this Thursday
he was going to be on Sunday, so he lied to me.
Talk to him today, and he's feeling a little better.
I want to see what this says.
What was going on with him, Carlos?
He came out
fell-
of the steam room, found himself on his knees, looking at another guy. So they took him to the hospital.
That's no, he fainted from being in. What happened is he was working out. I think he didn't realize how much, and then he went into the sauna and overdid it. Came out and he just fainted, hit his head, and apparently he was bleeding in his head, but they didn't catch it. It's a whole.
Hey.
I'll let him tell the story.
I
It's,
never noticed that it says Hasselblad camera on this now. Did they add that? They must have added that.
no, there's always had a Hasselblad on it, mate.
No shit. But Airdata didn't have that on there. Come here, let me slap you.
Mr. Dan.
Look at that. It's telling you how much megabytes you used on your SD card. This is new. Oh, look at that. The remote serial number. See, because you got to give that serial number to the FAA when you sign up for your registration so they can shut your drone down on September 2023 when you don't have remote ID.
That's what I did the other day. I sent it in.
Is that what they're going to do?
Yeah, they ask you right up when you register your drone. They ask you, does this drone have remote ID? Because it was time for me to update. No, it doesn't have remote ID. So they'll just shut. You know what, though? How are they going to get DJI to comply with that? Let's say they order DJI to not let any drones fly without remote ID. How are they going to comply with that?
Firmware update.
That's good.
Why would DJI not comply, though? They've complied with everything else.
Right. I want to
This
see
is
something
ridiculous.
now. Yeah.
Matt, have you figured out where you're going to put your remote ID on your Tiny Hawk Freestyle? Back, the front, underneath?
Yeah, right up their butts where the rest of the shit belongs. Speaking of which, how's yours going, mate, with Charlie's little incident?
Oh, it was just a prop. That's all. He almost took my head off. I thought it was the top of the car that he hit, and he actually hit the hatchback.
Holy shit.
I think Jim has the videos. You saw Paul's video, right?
Mm.
Yes.
He's a clown, right? The stuff I got to put up with these guys.
Mate,
But we have a great time, man. We have a great time. Man, this summer went quick. It's like almost every weekend we were doing something with one or the other. What are you showing us, Jim?
This is Airdata.
Oh, okay, like black box? Or it's like a black box?
No, I don't know what black box is. I want to
Like
see.
it gives you the information of what's
Yes.
going
It's
on.
not like a black box on an airliner or something that records all the.
It showed us all that crap on the Mavic Air, on the Mavic 2 Pro, so I want to see it say that here. It's not. It doesn't have the, let's see, equipment. It has the 2 batteries now. It used to only show 1 battery. Damn it.
Hey, Dan.
Just all around now. Notifications. Let me ask you something. They put a 500-acre solar field that's only going to supply this one little neighborhood that they're building at this site, right? So why should we, as consumers, have to pay for that solar? There's 500 acres of solar panels. Why should we pay for that?
Hang on, what are they doing?
Florida Power and Light is building, forget it, it's already built, 500 acres of solar panel farm that is supposed to feed the 15,000 houses they're building on the highway that I was always videoing with the magenta,
Oh, that
we all remember that.
Yeah,
We all remember that. You got to send me that footage, Jim.
I'm gonna kill you.
Come on,
I
send
don't
me the
see
footage.
how we should have to pay for that.
Move the color wheel to yellow. Anyway, yeah. Why are you paying for that? What's
Well,
So
when
the
you
people that-
guys pay highway taxes, do you only pay for the highway like for 2 or 3 miles in your neighborhood, or do you pay for the whole highway?
No, don't get me that shit because this thing is only feeding those people.
I understand, but it's like a highway. Same thing. I don't know. How much highway are you willing to pay taxes for?
I'm not using that power though, so you can't give me that. So let me tell you something. Now they're getting solar power, which the bitches bought their own drones, which are sitting there, and in hurricane level 5 boxes. The box opens up. They're from Percepto. They go up, fly the solar site, go back in their box, and shut up.
Look at that. Skydia had something like that, didn't it?
I think they do. Yeah.
That's been around for a while, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. Hey, Chris, how are you,
Chris?
mate?
I think it even charges while it's in the box, waiting to go for the next trip.
It does.
Technology is wonderful.
Drone Life RC. Mike Roche.
Mike
Dan.
Roche Aerials.
Oh, boy.
Anybody doing
Dan.
any flying or what?
Well,
No.
I just showed you I was flying.
I mean, but that's like work flying. How about you, Ron? Any balloon flying or any wildlife flying?
I haven't touched my stuff in a month. It's been packed up.
You know what,
that's
Matt?
right.
I think you were right. Those videos that he does show us are like cut and paste from like National Geographic. It's not.
I think
like,
so.
It's not really stuff that he does.
Especially the stills. Shutterstock. You can see that. You can see it a mile away.
You can. Yeah, it's like a dead giveaway. How about you, Justin? I like your Biden video. That was interesting. Man, was that interesting. Oh,
All right.
DW. Wow.
Hey, be quiet for a second. We got to hear this. Where's the volume?
Eyes.
You muted it. What?
So when you stick it in my mouth, do you want me to look you in your eyes?
Just blowing in the breathalyzer, please, love.
So when you stick it in my mouth, do you want me to look you in your eyes?
Just blowing in the breathalyzer, please, love.
So
Jeez. She's freaking ugly, isn't she, eh?
Thank you, Dan.
Oh, my God.
She's gorgeous, too.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that
Jeez.
the dumb blonde joke? She gets pulled over by the cop.
Yeah.
Cop asks for the license and Reggie doesn't know where it is. All of a sudden, she turns. The cop got his wiener out. She goes, "Oh no, not another breathalyzer test."
You're going, yes. This one will take a while.
We might have to do this twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not an accurate reading first time.
These damn things.
Yeah, just give it a slap and get it going again. Steve!
Matt,
That is Steve. He looks different
Carlos,
today. How are you?
Jim, Ron,
Steve.
and Drone 863. I do not know your name,
Justin.
Jeff.
Justin.
Oh, Justin.
Justin
Now I do,
Bieber.
Justin. Thank you.
Like this, just in.
Correct.
No?
Something like that. Actually, like that breathalyzer. Just in. Her mouth.
Shh, Ron's here. Don't start talking about tips again.
Yeah, he gets very excited.
Any flying for you, Matt? Nothing? Not really?
Nah, mate, no. I'm doing shit in the house here at the moment.
Oh, that's right. You're taking stuff apart, you said, right?
Yeah, man. Oh, fuck.
Redoing?
No.
Wait a minute.
I'm going, and I'm got to do some more painting again today, and then I've got to go down to my equivalent of Menards to go and get some stuff.
Anybody know Menards?
Yeah.
What is it?
Store.
Menards. Don't you know? You don't know Menards?
No.
We have a message from the
There's certain
president.
things that he would do or did do. But look, when I was asked that question on air, I answered it honestly. But it's not much of a, I don't think it matters a whole lot in terms of this next meeting we're about to have.
In New Hampshire, Biden complimented the town before incorrectly identifying which state he was speaking in. Here's that.
I've been here a number of times. Last time was, I think, all the way back in 2014, but I've been here before that. I love this place. Look, what's not to like about Vermont in terms of the beauty of it? And what a neat town.
He's in New Hampshire.
And Bobby Kennedy.
He was close.
My senior semester, they were both shot and killed.
He's saying, what if
Imagine
Obama
what
was
would have happened if, God
assassinated?
forbid, Barack Obama had been assassinated after becoming the de facto nominee. What would have happened in America?
The fuck?
Things changed.
He's an idiot.
They had over 40 kids shot in Kent State on a beautiful lawn.
They wrote a song about it. 4 dead in Ohio. Not 40, you idiot.
The National Guard, a whole lot of things. And guess what? When I walked Barack Obama.
I'm glad. I'm glad.
Barack Obama. We can speak out and be more straightforward. I'm not going to be a mule. I got something to do. I got to go do boom, boom, boom. Hillary Clinton is as qualified or more qualified than I am to be Vice President of the United States of America. Let's get that straight. And quite frankly, it might have been a better pick than me, but she's first rate. I know I'm called middle class, Joe. It's not meant as a compliment. Means I'm not sophisticated. I want to be clear. I'm not going nuts. A damn liar, man. That's not true. To the word united. To the number 30330. 30330. Or 303-330. Or BOO. Wait. You got it. That's billions of gallons of gasoline. I mean, billions.
Sound like a robot on Star Wars.
I think it's $2.3 billion worth of, $500 billion in savings and 2-point-something billion metric tons of CO2 going in the air. Well, folks, eliminate one tax loophole out of $1.6 trillion worth. $1.4 trillion worth.
Ooh.
Out of $1.4 billion, $1.4 billion. It's hard to even say. By the way,
Fucking idiot.
It cost about $740 million.
I hope everybody's happy who voted for him.
It's the time.
I hope they're freaking thrilled.
Advice from Teddy Roosevelt. Speak softly and carry a big stick.
Please give us a break. Turn him off.
In terms of what was going on in the store and in a supermarket. You
Between
control
him,
the
Mayor de
guy, the woman who
Blasio,
brings out the carts on a forklift. What happened? The way China will respond is when we gather the rest of the world that in fact believes in open trade and making sure that we're in a position that the world that we deal with WHO the right way. That in fact that's when things began to change. I looked at it anyway. That's what I think my plan. I know what my plan does. Think of. It's not about. I know you're supporting by saying booing, but look, here's the deal. So you don't make sick. Sick. What's with this guy? 200 million people have died. Probably by the time I finish this talk.
That's the whole country. There's only 278 million here.
Have you guys seen
we have over 120 million dead from COVID. That's what made it a priority. My entire career to work.
It's the presidential attraction at Disney.
80 years ago.
They've got Biden in there now, and somebody did a voiceover for it. Oh my God, it is hilarious. The president started talking. He's talking. Yeah, it's going. Oh yeah, I did this. I went there, and when I got there, I got light blonde hair on my legs, and when it got wet, the kids would come up, and as he's talking, like you'd be watching the presentation, somebody did a voiceover exactly spot on to it. It is hilarious.
That's
That
like
is
the
funny.
bad lip reading videos. Those are funny.
Yeah.
Oh, with the NFL and all that sort of stuff.
NFL,
Fantastic.
the presidency, the debates.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
gotta tell
Funny.
you, I love the Australian news. I really do. They are just so. This
You
who
guys
is
are
this?
screwed over there, man.
Who is this woman, Matt? She kills me.
They're
I gotta
going
show
down
it.
the wrong road here, brother.
Who is this?
You got that right.
Some people embrace it.
No,
They think
this virus is in fact it's going to be, or excuse me, we know why opposition. If you're vaccinated, you're not going to be hospitalized, you're not going to be in an ICU unit, and you're not going to die.
Bullshit.
No, Joe. Vaccines dramatically reduce your chances of hospitalization and death, but they don't stop.
Police and have
Are
that.
there people who, in the Democratic Party,
Are there people in the Republican Party who think we're sucking the blood out of kids?
I'm not sure. Are there people in the Democratic Party?
Wait.
She's like, what the fuck do I say to that?
We're sucking the blood out of kids?
I'm not sure. Are there people in the Democratic Party?
Sweet Jesus, the man is not okay.
Who is she?
I don't know her name.
Hey,
Yeah,
Jim. Jim, I just posted a link. It shows just the beginning. It's not the whole entire thing. It's a guy that I follow. He's a conservative.
What's his name?
BCP.
PCP?
B. Bravo, Charlie. Prick.
Gotcha.
Bravo, Charlie Prick.
Well, I thought it was
Perfect.
apropos for Carlos.
Absolutely.
You know, with his name tag, Prick, from being in Florida.
You got to speak his language.
Mi comprendo.
Yeah, he's. You watch the beginning of it, and you'll see it in there, and you can listen to it. It's a guy that I follow. He's down here in San Diego area.
There goes Ed. What's up, Ed? Love my dream.
How is Ed doing, Carlos?
He's a prick. He's okay. He has his moments. Still
Seen him for a
recuperating.
while.
Huh? Yeah, I talk to him almost every day. He's still vertical.
Did you get it? Well, I think that's going to be an issue for all of us.
I don't like that woman.
Vaccine comes. It's not likely to go through all the tests that needs to be and the trials that are needed to be done. When we finally do, God willing, get a vaccine, who's going to take the shot? Who's going to take the shot? You're going to be the first one to say, sign me up. They now say it's okay. And the question of whether it's real when it's there, that requires enormous transparency. You got to make all of it available to other experts across the nation.
This wasn't that long ago.
No.
No, now he's mandating it.
Vaccine.
Yeah.
If the president announced tomorrow we have a vaccine, would you take it? Only if it was completely transparent that other experts in the country could look
Do
at
as I say, not as I do.
and knew all of what went into it. If Donald Trump can't give answers and the administration can't give answers, American people should not have confidence.
But if Donald Trump tells us that we should take it, I'm not taking it.
Yeah, it was hard for you to watch those clowns say those things. That
You know, some people you just don't mind if they actually fell off the earth and died. Fucking people.
I just can't believe how you reverse course. You're sitting here trying to mandate taking a vaccine that's only been tested on mice.
People are willing. The government said it's safe. Fauci said it's safe. FDA, CDC, WHO, ABC, LGBTQ, they all say it's good. So,
Jim, here's what we're waiting for. I got it on there for you to share.
I don't see it. It's not up.
it's there. It's there.
Now it's there.
The clock's ticking, baby.
Oh, when does that happen?
Today. Polls close at 8 p.m. Pacific Daylight
this guy?
Time.
Yeah, the Gavin Newsom.
Governor.
Dan, droning veteran, how are you, my man?
Was it you, Steve, that said he's Nancy Pelosi's nephew?
Yes.
Boy, talk about all in the family, huh?
They're all connected somehow.
Yeah.
Bastards.
Yeah. Oh, Jim did. Dre.
What's up?
There he
What's
is,
up,
Mr. 450 by September something. I don't know, whenever it was.
Hello,
Jim bounced himself out. I wanted to show him this. See if you guys can see it.
It would be nice if he single screened you. What does it say there?
What is it?
FEMA.
Emergency Management Institute. FEMA. Are you certified or something?
Yes, I am.
So
He's certifiable.
You can go out and bust chops at what's the ones that go around build? That's OSHA, I'm thinking. No.
I got that too.
You have that one also?
Yeah.
So you can put
Oh,
people in the FEMA camps in the body bags and store them there. And
No, that course right there is the introductory course. All it means is I know where the command center is at, and I know how to follow instructions. That's what the justification of all it is. But I wanted to get that for a while, not just for what I do at the city, but just for my drone work. Because if you want to do work directly for the government, you got to have that certification.
Do you have the vaccine?
Yes, I'm double vaxxed.
Oh, okay. So you can work for the government.
No, you got to be quadruple vax now with his latest
booster.
Statement.
I'm that too, Steve, because I had COVID in January and I got both shots. So
you're
doubled
triple. Now they just released it day before yesterday. They're talking about for Pfizer, you'll need a fourth one.
Yeah,
boosters. But this is every year. This is not just
I'm
year.
talking about following up within 5 months.
No, I get that, but I'm saying this is not like the polio, measles, chicken pox. It's not a one shot deal. This is every year. You guys are willing to do this every year? Holy
It'll be a yearly thing. I'll guarantee it.
It has to be. That's the only way it's effective.
A virus, only virus can be, if it's been cured, is polio. And that's because it was human to human, not animal to human. You cannot cure that.
How about
There's been no virus that has been cured that's gone from animal to human, ever.
Thanks to
and
Fauci's
it's just
research.
like the flu. The flu comes through the same way.
Wow.
And your odds are a flip of a coin every time for somebody that goes to get a.
So stop banging the local dogs.
Where did that come from?
Is Adrian running the controls?
The animals?
Oh, Jesus.
Carlos
You shouldn't have
sent me the other day with
that romantic evening with the dog next door.
Get it?
Doctor one?
People who work for Congress and the.
Oh yeah.
That's freaking bullshit.
Was it Congress, the federal judges, and the people who work for them, none of them have to get vaccinated.
Oh, one other one. No postal workers?
No, they have to get it. They have to get it.
No, they are exempt in the bill that's going through. All postal workers
I
are
got to
exempt.
tell my friend.
It's Congress, members of the staff of Congress.
And it's any company's
How can
over
they do that?
500 employees, right?
How can they do that? Because
it's illegal. It's unconstitutional, period.
Well, they said a judge, I think, in New York stopped.
who freaking cares what a judge says? You need a judge to tell him to tell you what's good or right or wrong?
No. He stopped.
No, I get that, but I'm not putting my life in the hands of a judge and what Fauci says and what. That's crazy. Just because the government said it, FDA. You Google right now how many drugs are recalled every year. It's more than 10 a day. It's like 4,500 a year are recalled between drugs, mesh, who knows, steel rods that are freaking, poisonous. They corrode. And how many commercials do you hear about lawyers saying, well, if you took this drug or if you use this item, call me because, we'll get you millions. Yep. And you're gonna put this experimental drug in your body.
Did you hear about Jeff Seals coming down with COVID and all his 5 boys came down with it?
Oh shit!
They're quarantined. His doctor told him, sent him the information, saying what to do for that monochromia colo treatment. It says, if you're positive, go get it. He got tested. He was positive. He went down to the center. He was feeling like crap. He says 4 hours later, he says, it was like over 50% of how I felt had gone away in 4 hours.
Good.
Yeah, you know what? They've made it illegal for doctors now to prescribe ivermectin here in Australia. Why wouldn't you do that? Something that works. Why wouldn't you?
I could tell you why.
Because they want to kill
The
you.
pharmaceutical companies are not making the money on it.
That's exactly right, mate.
You know,
we know that, mate. It's that fucking obvious.
I mean, Ron knows that. I mean, Z-Pak. I mean, that with the zinc was the first one, so along with, I forget what other drug. But the Z-Pak actually it's like 50 or 60 cents a tablet is what the actual cost is to manufacture it.
Yep.
How much do you think the costs for these?
The drug they use for lupus. That's the one I think you're talking about.
Well, it's just like the whole thing they did.
The one that they said Trump was crazy about talking about it. The first one, chloroquine. That's
Remdesivir, something.
That one. I'm not sure.
Remdesivir is what when he got it, they gave him that cocktail.
It's an antiviral.
Hydroxychloroquine was the one he was promoting.
And then what do you expect when you tell the world to stay home, don't go outside, cover yourself with a mask? What's that going to do to the immune system? Once you go back out into public, you're going to get freaking sick just from a regular cold.
Hey, somebody put this in the chat. That's why I have this up. I think it was rigor mortis. That you get a natural immunity. The vaccine-induced SARS. I don't know.
Yeah, Ron will testify to what happens when you come down with COVID and then you get the vaccine. He'll testify to you.
He's crook as a dog. You look like shit, brother.
Not only once, but twice.
Yeah, he knocked you on your ass, didn't it, mate? Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. Well, I think because you had it not long after you actually had COVID.
Well, I had the vaccine in the first one late January, but I had COVID late November. Yeah,
okay, so 8 weeks or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because after he had gotten it, I was talking with a doctor, a friend of mine.
That second shot was in mid-February, and that's the one that knocked me on my butt.
Yeah. Because the doctor that I talked to said, you want to wait a minimum of 6 months if you decide to take the vaccine, a minimum if you've had COVID. Because your body's trying to fight it.
Well, I was going to ask you, did you the person who jabbed you, did they know that you had COVID?
Yes. First question I asked when I walked in the room, I said, I had it back in November. Should I be here? Oh, you're fine. Okay.
And this was a doctor or just a nurse kind of person?
I don't know who. It was a nurse, but there were all kinds of people in there, the experts, as they said. And I said, I need to know. Am I doing the right thing here?
Joe Rogan got cured already?
Yep. On his own. And the media was saying he's taking horse medicine, this, that, and the other thing. Now they got to eat crow because he beat
How much is it costing? Because that stuff ain't free. It ain't free.
$20.
I bet a lot more than $20. You can't get aspirin for $20.
Ivermectin, that protocol, it's cheap as shit, mate. That's why they don't use it.
Not here in the States. Nothing's cheap here.
All right, somebody Google a few grams of it.
So what's the deal with that ivermectin? That's a no, Ron?
Say again?
On the ivermectin, nobody should be touching that?
I haven't heard much on that.
It's a 3-stage protocol, which, as I think Steve was saying, includes zinc and something else too, but extremely cheap. I mean, they use that for horses. They use it for a lot of stuff.
In 2001, the CDC and guys like Fauci patented SARS and COVID. They didn't call it COVID then. You saw that, right, Matt? They have patents on these drugs.
He has he has about 17 to 19 patents. He shouldn't be working for the CDC. That's a conflict of interest.
Right, right.
I mean, come on.
Well, Fauci doesn't actually work for the CDC.
I don't think he's even treated patients, or has he?
No, he's a researcher. He's not actual.
He's a federal employee, though.
Yeah, he's a federal employee, but he's a researcher.
He doesn't have any common or daily. How does he give? Whatever. I'm not.
The money flows through grants, Carlos.
No. I'm saying
grant money.
But what I'm saying is that people actually believe this guy. They like, what is, and they even call it. And I listen to the words they use. What's the guidance coming from the CD? What guidance? Who are you guys? Like my spiritual leader? You're going to guide me to the promised land? Guidance? The fuck out of it. Oops, sorry.
Well, the guidance was originally a paper mask
guidance
for something that's the size of a nanometer. Are you kidding me? Think of it like the size of an atom. That paper. Come on, you know that. Hey, Maddie, how's your daughter doing, Matt?
Yeah.
Maddie,
okay, just how I figured out. Most of the guys I see in the panel here are close to my age. Steve, Steve might be a little older than me. And I tell you what, I remember the years when we stood in line in elementary school and got all those shots for polio, measles, rubella, and all that kind of stuff.
Measles, mumps, rubella.
Right, and wasn't nobody crying about it.
One shot, and it was not all of a sudden a last minute shot. They tried it, they tested, there was research, and then it was one time and we're done.
Carlos, you can talk about the research all got started because of how rampant polio was going through the society. We were the test guinea pigs in the early 60s. Throughout that era, all of us was in schools, young kids got those shots. We were the guinea pigs back then.
But it was one shot, and that's it.
One shot. But I say it's one shot that they've been working on it. But this is the point I'm trying to make is the fact that either side was not doing the societies a favor. You know, vaccination, it's something new. We don't have a handle on it. That's plain and simple. But the anti-vax side is saying that, we want to anti-vax this shot, but you don't want to say anything about the rest of the shots. Because this shot is not FDA approved. When everybody's crying about, I don't want to take it because it's not FDA approved, it is not FDA approved.
And
so
we should
now
have the
what's your
choice.
argument?
We should have the choice, like a cigarette.
I agree. You can have the choice, but does your choice have to impact my life?
No, and the other way around. Your life is impacting my life.
Well, no,
of course it is, because you got the shot. You're the one that made the mistake, not me.
No, not a mistake on my end.
I mean, it depends how you look at it, right?
This is what I'm trying to explain to you. Okay, they have set the rules down.
Who's they?
The federal government, local agencies, your job, whoever the case may be, sets the rules down for you to function. Okay. Now you say I'm not going to agree with that. I'm going to do otherwise. So you get to shut down me going to work, me going to the store because you think is your freedom is being inhibited because you wouldn't get the shot, but the rest of us did. So we could go to the store, we could go to work and do all these different things.
You got the shot to protect yourself, to avoid getting the from avoiding getting the COVID. And if you do get the COVID, it's going to be less harmful,
less severe. That's
right.
And
so
that's
you made that choice, and that's why you got the vaccine.
Right.
Now, if I don't get the vaccine, I still have all those same attributes that you do. You can spread it to me. You can get COVID because it's proven not to stop you. The only difference is you don't die if you get it, where I do.
Okay, so who's more likely to be a carrier, you or me?
Both of us. There's no. That's the whole point of it. Because you already have COVID in you. You have it.
That's not accurate. That's not accurate science. You are more susceptible to the disease than I am.
Not necessarily, because nobody knows if I had COVID without not knowing it. So I can have the antibodies, but I have to take a shot to protect everybody else. Not happening.
I'm going to play devil's advocate here. Which vaccine did you end up getting, Dre?
I had the Pfizer.
Okay, do you know that the Pfizer, the doctor that invented the mRNA technology, he has been stripped of everything in the CDC and anything having to do with him, because he came out and he found out now he has nothing to do with the COVID vaccine. He clarified that, but the test results came back and then he ran tests on it. And I don't mean to scare you or anything, but what it is the Pfizer vaccine, because it's only half the dosage of the Moderna, number one. Number two, it is already cloning itself off. And on the Pfizer vaccine, the people that are going in and coming down with COVID, it's almost 90% people had Pfizer. It has started to replicate itself where it makes you more susceptible to getting COVID with the Pfizer vaccine. And he's been pulled off the air, stripped from all the CDC sites, unless you know where to go to find him. He's done a study on it, and it's like, what do you do?
Like I said, that may be the case, and that's the same thing. We got those shots as kids. Did it cure polio in everybody? No, but it sure did reduce the effect on majority of the people, didn't it?
Yeah, but okay.
You're believing somebody's studies. It's like the same crap.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing with anything. We have a virus, smallpox. We just had an outbreak of was it measles or smallpox that started in Disneyland because somebody who was anti-vaccination took their kids to Disneyland and they spread it to a bunch of the people and it went across the country for about 3 months until they were.
Don't be surprised if we get more of that because of the they found I don't know how many people that they've brought in on the flights from Afghanistan.
Right.
They've just
no vaccination.
Put them all down. No measles. They have measles, active measles.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, they have no vaccination, and it's spread to those who have not been shot. So I'm saying this. All of this is part of how we go forward as a society, and now it's a global society. We're trying to go forward. There's no vaccination, no nothing that is 100% cure for anything anywhere. Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And
nothing.
The common
trouble
cold.
with the trouble with back then in the 60s and all that, when polio first came out, I mean, sure, it did stop a lot of stuff spreading, we're all grateful for that. But unfortunately at this point, there wasn't the internet back then and people weren't informed. They only had, and my parents have got the same mindset that they have their doctor and their doctor knows best. And look, I went through this with my dad not long ago and I told him to get rid of his specialist because he was a dickhead. But he's under the impression that all the doctors are exactly the same and they'll give you the same treatments and you stick with one doctor, which just isn't the case. Now, this is back in the 60s and everything where everyone believed everything that was ever said, right? So there was no tool for anybody to go out and search up their own research. Now, at this point in time, everybody can go and you can find a lot of stuff conflicting with mainstream media and all that crap that comes out, and it's probably worse than it ever was. So you can make it, and you can actually make an informed decision on whether you want to do it or not. Whereas back in the 60s, you couldn't.
Yeah.
And this is where people come in with the anti-vaxxers and all sorts of stuff. Now, I said something to someone at work the other day. And I said, "Oh, you're an anti-vaxxer." And I said, "Well, no, I'm not." I said, "I've got my vaccines. My daughter's got my vaccines." And I said, I don't label you because you want the vaccine. I don't call you a vax rat. I don't care what you do. So why should you care if I do it?
Exactly.
Because the one thing I go by, being a veteran and Steve being a veteran, guess what? You lined up and got them shots because you didn't have
government property. Your government property.
You didn't have an option. I got more shots when I was in the military than I ever got growing up as a kid. And guess what? Did I get a chance to go research and find out about it?
I'm a Mayo Clinic trained board certified anatomic pathologist, clinical pathologist, dermatopathologist, way too many years of school. Also did some PhD research in immunology. So immunology, virology is right up my alley. So if you want mechanisms of action and how things work and whatnot, go ahead and pick my brain. Okay, what about the spike protein? We're giving a sequence, a gene sequence, into the bodies of human beings. And this sequence goes into our deltoid, and we're informed that it has a little anchoring protein, and once that is translated and makes a little protein and it's on the surface of your cell, it stays there. Well, guess what? It doesn't. And there are studies, and of course the fact checkers are like, oh, this isn't true, this isn't true. I'm a scientist. Don't ask the journalist, ask the scientist. Okay? So this spike protein doesn't stay just in the deltoid. The spike circulates in your blood. It lands in multiple organs in the body. And you know what happens? That spike protein, without the body of the virus present, we did studies in lab animals. In the lab animals, just in injecting the spike with no body of the virus, the spike induced the same diseases COVID-19 induced, the same lung disease, the same vascular disease, the same heart disease, the same brain disease. The spike is the toxin. So again, why are we injecting something into the human body that is the toxin? It is the toxin. It causes the disease. This isn't a vaccine. Okay.
Good deal.
I gotta go.
Now,
guys.
that guy's a doctor who does this for a living. Is he just spreading false information?
No, he's a pathologist.
Like I say, he based upon his research, which that means he gets somebody else's research. But this is what I'm saying. Now, Ron had it. I had it. Now, I guarantee you, Ron's symptoms were totally different from mine because I didn't have any respiratory issues. I didn't have no fever. Didn't have anything else. You know what it did to me? It kicked my blood sugar sky high. I dropped 30 pounds in 7 days.
Damn.
7 days, I dropped 30 pounds in the hospital. So, like I say, there's one thing about this. There's one thing about this COVID that it affects everybody differently.
Of course.
And you have underlying issues. That's usually what it goes after.
That's what he's saying.
Underlying. Right.
He's saying it give you myocarditis, which is enlarging the heart. If you've already got heart problems, you're going to die from heart disease.
Right.
Well,
so I'm saying the various. Go ahead, Justin. I mean, cut you off. Go ahead.
I was going to say this is a thing too. Is we can all do our research on these vaccines, but from a scientific level, none of us really understand how they work. I mean, there's only a handful of people in the world that truly understand down to a molecular level what these things are doing.
Right.
Agreed.
So that's what I'm saying. It affects people differently. Most people I know who's had it have all had different type of symptoms and everything else. The side effects on me was because my blood sugar went so high. I mean, like I said, I was borderline pre-diabetic, okay, ever since 2017. My blood sugar went from right about 6.9. They said when I woke up in the hospital 3 days after my wife dropped me off, my blood sugar was at my ALC or ACL? A1C. My A1C was at a 14, Joe.
It should be more than a 5.
Right. And I said, I went to a 14. When they sent me home, they got me down to a 9. Now, when I got in the hospital again in May for an old injury and stuff, the nurse was asking me, why have you listed as a diabetic? I said, because of the incident with COVID. Because he says, your A1C is down to a 6.1 now. And they were giving me Metamucil every morning. They were giving me metformin and all this kind of stuff 3 times a day, all because now I'm listed as a diabetic, and they want me to take all this stuff. And that's why I go, because I don't like taking medications, Carlos.
You
I don't like taking none at all.
Right?
I don't.
Diet?
Yeah. My diet was already changed from pre-diabetic time. So I'm just back to doing what I normally do.
I mean, Dre.
Hold on. If I can just say this one thing. I have serious liver disease from a patient needle stick from 20 years ago. I cannot screw with anything that's going to screw with my liver. And if you can't tell me that this is 100% safe, I'm not taking it. I can't.
Right, because you have underlying issues.
Yeah.
And that I can respect, because you have underlying issues that this can affect that. And I can respect that all day long. You know, but then I say the same thing like I was telling Carlos, okay, if you know you have it's like, okay, let's go back 30 years about when AIDS first came on the scene. Everybody was running paranoid, didn't know nothing about it. We didn't know what kind of medication we can use on it, try to curtail it, slow it down or whatever. And here it is, 30 years later, now you got several survivors, and now we have treatment for it and everything else. But when it first came on the scene, we're just as lost back then as we are now with this COVID-19 stuff. You know,
And this thing keeps mutating too.
Right, and it keeps and the same thing with AIDS. It mutated also. It didn't affect everybody the same way, and it wasn't always about certain behavior because we found out. It's like you got stuck about when a needle that caused your liver to have an issue.
Yeah.
People were getting bad blood transfusions. People were indulging
yeah.
in sharing needles and drug uses. People were engaging in alternate behavior patterns, all these different things. There were several different ways we found out you can contract the disease. And
If
so
you've ever had a blood transfusion below 1990, like 1989 and below, you should donate blood.
And
because they'll run every friggin' test on your blood. That's how I
Yep.
found out, not from my doctor. I found out from giving blood that I had hepatitis C. What by the time I went to the doctor, they said, "You already fucked. You got cirrhosis of the liver." So I'm not taking any goddamn. I don't even get the flu shot.
I want to answer Rigor Mortis real quick, where he said there's literally thousands of Kim's bio students.
Yeah.
But even if 100,000 people in the world are bio students, that's still a small percentage of people out of the world population.
No, he's talking about guys who can understand.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But he's saying like I meant like there was just a small handful is what he thinks I said. But yeah, there are thousands of people out there, but that's still a small percentage of the population that truly understand it. So
listen, the minute
more
this
than
guy,
basketball players, football players put together.
The minute this guy this pathologist put out this white coat summit, you look it up right now on, I forget his name. I'll put his name up. Dr. Ryan Cole. There were 15 articles trying to put him down. Well, the state of Idaho hired him. And he's now on their medical board.
He's the head honcho, mate.
Yeah. The guy's got degrees out the ass and 30 years of experience. You can't deny him.
Dre, you don't find it suspicious that there's no mandate on the Congress and federal workers? I mean, you don't think they're going to go to Disney World and spread the disease to other people? Like, you know,
Congress and the people at the top are so hypocritical.
What I'm saying is, aren't you upset that they potentially can go out and spread the disease like me?
Dude, I'm upset that they're on a separate social security system. Are you kidding me?
I mean, that's a whole different. Their medical benefits and everything.
Well, Jim, that's what I was going to get to.
And these are the people that are making the rules.
Yeah, and I said, and they have the best health care in the nation.
No, I'm talking about there's no mandates on the people making the rules, but they're mandating it on the sheep.
Yeah, and I say I'm one of the first people said they should be mandated. You are the leader of this country, making all the rules and regulations.
Well, then they should lead by example.
There you go. They should lead by example.
You know what?
100%.
You know what? That's exactly what's happening here. The state parliaments are exempt from mandating the vaccine. Yeah. How's that? And yet they're pushing on everyone else.
And people are okay with that.
The head of your health department was on the news live talking about the passport, getting ready for the passport for you guys.
Yeah.
And this was on live on Sky News. We're getting ready. So we're ready for the new world order. That was directly out of her mouth over the weekend.
I heard it.
Yeah.
Was that someone? Was that someone over there or here?
You on your side.
Yep.
Yeah.
That doctor, whatever a freaking name was.
She's head of the health.
But you know what? That wasn't last weekend. That was about 12 months ago. She actually said that.
Really?
Yes.
Well, she said it again because this was a live news conference.
Was it?
Yeah, it was over the weekend. She she said it more than once. Then that's scary. Which we've known it's going in. But one thing I want to leave you because I'm going to have to get off real quick, but I'll be listening. Okay. One thing I haven't been able to verify, but the doctor I told you about, when I find that out, I'll put his name up and everything, that invented the mRNA technology. One of the things he did say, and I can't verify it, but I'm looking into it, is that the FDA approval for COVID, the vaccine, is not the vaccine that they're giving. It is for a vaccine that's not even been put out on the market yet.
That's That changes
Now,
the story.
that's where I want to find out what it is. Until you get a hold of that bottle in your hand, like that guy that ripped the bottle out of the pharmacist's hand and took out the door. That's the guy I want to get a hold of. But if you look at the label, it is not the same label that it's being approved, that it was approved for. So why are we have all these world leaders saying, okay, we got FDA approval,
Yeah.
but yet it's not the drug that's being administered? That's my question.
Is scary, and the CDC report that I showed you guys is saying now that, first of all, this thing doesn't kill kids. Number one. Number two,
give it to kids. Crazy.
They're showing that now. They're showing the real numbers of people who actually died from pneumonia. People in nursing homes are going to die from pneumonia. The people who died from heart attack. The real CDC numbers are up there. I think I posted them last week. You can't fight the truth. It always comes out in the end.
Yep.
But like you guys were saying earlier, 1-800-SUE Pfizer will be the new number coming up on your TV.
Nope. They have laws saying that you can't go back and sue.
No, that's the government. The government has sovereign immunity, but not the companies.
Right.
Not the companies.
The government didn't produce the drug. The companies produced the drug.
I hope you have the money that the lawyers, that the
the
pharmaceutical companies can.
What I think Carlos was talking about was how they said that companies couldn't.
They're exempt from being sued.
Yeah, they're exempt from being sued. Like if you catch it from somebody at work, you can't sue your job.
The companies here, the government here has given indemnity to GPs, and any company who mandates the vaccine are now legally not responsible for any adverse reaction. Now, just in my mind, if it was safe, why would they do that?
Yep.
Well, in any study, if you look at it, if you look at vaccines or drugs or anything, if they're in the test field, in other words, the test subjects, they did, and this is the real big flaw, in the test subjects that came out with Pfizer, they had the group. It was like 1,000 that were on the actual vaccine and 1,000 were on placebo. Well, what happened? After 30 days, they went through and they said, okay, we're seeing it working for the people that did take the vaccine. They offered the drug to the people that were on the placebo, which destroyed the test. You don't know how long-term it's going to be because now these people all went and got the vaccine.
They didn't give it a real chance.
They altered the test.
Yep.
Right.
They didn't give it a real chance.
Yeah.
What are they altered the control. The control was altered.
And any other test within 10 people being of adverse effect, it stopped. It stopped until they can clarify what it is. We have thousands of people with adverse effects.
That
you're going to have that.
Is not telling
Wait
you
a minute, Matt. Weren't you saying that people died and stuff like this? I don't know why I always have to go to overseas news to get the truth. What were you telling me about people dying?
When were we talking about that?
Oh man.
Oh look, it happens with it happens with any sort of trial that goes along, that there are going to be adverse reactions to these things until they sort their shit out. But unfortunately, at this point of time, they don't seem to be pulling back on any of this crap. And there's lots of documents out there about adverse reactions and things like that. Now, there have been quite a few deaths here, or quite a few deaths worldwide because of it. And not only that, it's the adverse reactions. Now, a mate of mine at work, his good mate, he's really good mate. And then this is my little circle, right? So as a normal flu, you don't hear about anyone with any adverse reactions to these flu jabs. They've been going for so long, every now and again someone might have a reaction to it and it isn't favorable. But just in my little circle of who I know, there's been 3 events which which is unprecedented in my mind. Now, his good mate, and he grew up with him, and he was a mate of his for a long time. He's not dead, but he can't walk anymore. So he's had a paralysing effect straight after the jab. The bass player in the band, his roommate, exactly the same thing. He's lost the use of his legs. And one of my mum's friends had her eyes hemorrhaged.
All after the shot.
Yeah. And she looked like she'd done 10 rounds with Mike Tyson. And she went to the doctor, and the doctor said to her, "Oh, no, that's, okay. No, that'll be all right. That'll clear itself up. Oh, we'll just book you in for your second jab. We'll put you in this date here."
Bastards.
What? Now that's just, that's just something that's in my little circle, and this is why I really don't. I have no confidence in this sort of thing, and the fact that they're splitting communities and making it that you can come in here but you can't because you haven't had a jab. Give a shit if I ever go to a restaurant again.
Me
I don't
either.
care.
Yep.
No, I like cooking.
Yep.
It doesn't worry me at all. But the fact that they're doing this, and there is a big divide, there's a big divide between, and people want to label everybody, oh, you're an anti-vaxxer and all this sort of shit. Well, there's a lot to that. There is a lot to the word anti-vaxxer. It's not a title which is warranted for everybody. There have been in the past, obviously, there's extremes to everything, people who are for it and people who are against it. But if you can look at it logically and do your own research, and as I said, I'm not an anti-vaxxer in any way, shape or form, but I'll be labelled that because I don't like what's going on here, right? Yeah. So everybody in my family and everybody I know basically has had all their vaccines, and there's no problems with that. But if you can look at things this perspective that it is, I'll spit that out in a minute, and have your own opinion. And because, as I said earlier, we have access to the internet and a lot of information, you can make an informed decision. And Dre made his decision, and that's totally up to him. I don't care that he did that, but people seem to really diss out on people who want to make a decision against what everyone's doing.
You know what? Tell them you're an anti-sheep, not an anti-vaxxer.
Yeah, well,
I was going to address that, Carlos. Somebody said I refuse to be a sheep, and I hear that from people. The first thing I tell them: are you willing to be a sheep dog? That means put your life on the line for others.
Yes.
That's the attitude I take.
I'm putting my life on the line by taking the shot.
Listen,
but that's exactly right.
And I'm not doing it. I signed up for selective service. I was willing to be drafted if it was time to go. But this is a whole different. This is forced medical care.
But when we lined up in 1977, one air gun on each side, on each bicep, they shoot you with every vaccine. Because if they could ship you anywhere in the world, you had to be covered for any disease. I have no idea. They gave us a little card at the time, but I seriously have no idea what vaccinations we got at that time.
Yeah, that'd explain a lot, though, to be honest.
Yes.
Jim, there's a link in the chat about the paralyzed.
To be honest, Jim's still being monitored by the government to this day.
I don't doubt that.
I know I've had the polio, measles, chicken pox, and maybe one other one. Does the tetanus shot count as a vaccine?
Yeah, technically it does. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've had that one.
Let's see what this lady says.
After getting her second dose of the Pfizer vaccine, is up and walking again. She's slowly regaining her strength. Alex Dennis from our sister station in Nashville has that story.
I never heard this.
Of course you didn't.
McFadden walks with a purpose.
My biggest motivation is to get home to my kids, my husband.
Each small, slow step, a story of a journey that started nearly 4 weeks ago when doctors...
Well, that's not rare.
Extremely rare reaction to Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine that left her
extremely rare.
Legs. The therapy team wasn't sure if she'd walk again.
Holy
I need to wrap your brain around where you are. I said, First of all, I have a lot of people praying. And second of all, I will work really, really hard.
A woman of her word.
Look, Mom, no hands.
Brandy walked out of Vanderbilt Stallworth Rehabilitation Hospital 13 days later, thanks to countless hours of intensive therapy with these two ladies.
All because she took the vaccine?
It was the second dose that caused it, they said.
Well, there you go. That's what I see you, Steve.
I'll see you, man. Take care. Take
right,
care,
later,
everybody. In
Steve.
chat.
Steve.
Good to see you. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Hey, Jim, you are so gonna get tagged in this live stream, mate.
They're gonna kill me. They're gonna kill me.
He's already got the emails, you know that.
Yeah. You
So,
shut
Dre-
your channel down.
Dre, quick question. You really are concerned about the people that are not vaccinated being around you?
No, because I don't wear a mask at work. I allow
I'm
folks to
just
mask
saying,
up.
so you're
I
not
walk
concerned
through-
about the anti-vaxxed people?
No, I'm not overly concerned. My concern, Carlos, goes with my extended family, my grandchildren who can't get a vaccination. They got to go to school. I got right now, my wife's older sister is in the hospital right now with COVID. She's also was, diabetic and had some other heart issues prior to getting sick.
Right.
So
So
we're
that
worried
makes
about
it more susceptible.
Right. So we're worried about her at this moment more than anything else. Just like when I was in, dude, I was a handful. They had, like I say, I went in, I just felt tired. Didn't have nothing, no sniffles, no nothing, no other symptoms. I just felt tired. And my wife took me in, and I remember them leaving me at the outside in the emergency room. They wouldn't let you go in. And I remember waking up 3 days later, strapped to the bed. I mean, literally, they had me cuffed to the bed. Because they
That's
said,
normal for you, isn't it? The cops
yeah, just
did?
about. Pretty much. They had me strapped in because I didn't know what was going on. I was just like getting more pissed off because I had these straps on me. And then my Wi-Fi told me, said they were calling me every night asking what is wrong with you. And they said they thought I was, probably drug addicted. Said no. They was asking about this, different thing. They said, well, does he have PTSD? And my wife said, well, he could have. He's former military, former police officer. Who knows what's going on inside that head of his and stuff at any given time. And it was just a trip, that I was literally fighting the doctors and nurses physically. They had to restrain me to the actual bed frame while I was in there. And like I say, I'm supposed to be sick with COVID. I'm supposed to be in a weakened state, but they couldn't handle me.
Dre.
So
Why was that? Were you having a reaction to it?
Yeah, reaction to being handcuffed.
That was
Jim,
Dre didn't have his safe word.
Right. Jim, I can tell you that, going through my anti-terrorism training, being in such an intense level when I was in the military for my first duty assignment on the East Coast, it's just something that stuck with me. Because even my kids coming up, if I was laying down asleep somewhere, they would not come into the room or definitely would not touch me because they were afraid I would wake up.
At least in arm's distance.
Right. They were afraid I would wake up and strike them. And
because you wake up like this. You're looking automatically to defend yourself.
Right.
Okay, Trey, let's go back to the story. You said sister-in-law or your sister?
Yeah, my sister-in-law.
And she got COVID, right?
Yeah, she's in the hospital right now as we speak.
Okay,
she's still in the hospital.
So it would be more prudent, or in my opinion, it would be more prudent to keep her away from the public since she is more susceptible than to mass vaccinate the public because of her situation. Here's another thing. Wait, here's one more last part B of the same statement. And again, this is just my little shitty opinion. Mm-hmm. It's on your sister-in-law that she herself, unless she's a type 1 diabetic, it's on her that she became a diabetic.
Mike Roche, jump in.
And I shouldn't pay the price because she's a diabetic and more susceptible to diseases to get mandated to get a shot.
Right.
She should do. Last thing is she should do what her part to not become a diabetic, other than take insulin.
Right. Now let's get a little more to her story. She's not vaccinated. She's one of the ones that didn't want to do it.
Right.
For whatever reason, stuff. Also, they don't know how she got it. She has not been out in public. She's retired. She used to work with the school system. And she's not been in contact, so we don't know how it came into the household, if it came through one of the kids. But now that she's gotten it, 2 of her adult kids have gotten it. So we don't know who infected who at this point.
Where it started.
where it started.
And the other thing with your grandchildren, I mean, I would think because they're young, they're strong, their immune system. I mean, very, 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 very less than 1% of children that get this stuff have any real adverse reaction or effects.
Which I agree to a point where, I mean, like I said, you never know because it affects everybody individually differently. And we always say that kids are more resilient against viruses and so forth. But now we're getting reports of kids now the schools and daycares are back open. We're having this big spike of this, and we're having kids being hospitalized and so forth. And just like me, I don't want to go through this again. I don't think I need to lose another 30 pounds in 7 days.
I heard some of these hospitalizations, they're making more out of it than what it really is.
And a lot of times it could be just like my case. I didn't have any real bad symptoms. So technically they could have left me at home because I didn't show any real bad symptoms other than being overly fatigued and stuff. So I would have been one of those people that if they would have evaluated me if I'd have walked in there, they probably said, okay, Mr. Crawford, you did test positive. And that was my second test. My first test I took, I was inconclusive because I had 2 people at my job who popped positive who worked in the same area, but I cannot verify that they got me sick because we were outside the so-called more than 6 feet radius, but we were in the same common space area with no ventilation to speak of. And I'm saying we're breathing the same air, people.
I've been around a lot of people with, quite a few people with COVID, and they didn't even tell me afterwards.
Right. Yeah.
And I didn't get anything. I don't know. Yeah. And just for the record, since the beginning, I have not changed any habits. I pump gas. I don't go crazy cleaning my hands. I don't go crazy with this, what do they call that? Disinfectant or the pump. All that. I've just been living life normal, no masks. And even till present day, I go into stores without a mask. Until somebody tells me to put a mask on, I'm not going to put it on.
Right. And speaking of that, Carlos, my dad's 90 years old. My mom got COVID a week after I did. My dad got his vaccinations at the time. My mom had COVID, and they took her to the hospital. She was there for a couple of days, sent her home. My dad was at her bedside day and night before he got his shots. Never got sick, nothing. 90-year-old man. He didn't get his vaccination shots until February or March of this year, after my mom had got sick in January, when I got sick. So it goes to show you that some people it affects, some people it don't affect. But we don't. But once again, we don't know who that is because this disease picks and chooses who it wants.
I agree, but just don't force me to. That's.
Yeah.
Look, my mom, same story. She just turned 87 since the beginning of this. In the beginning of the COVID, she was like not taking it serious. Her and my sister would go to the movies. They'd go out to eat, no mask. And then they started taking it serious. But either way, I've been to her house. My sister's been to her house. My wife, my son, my niece, my nephew who live in Rhode Island. We go in and out of the house, and we don't wear masks.
Yes, Chris. Exactly right, mate. Exactly right. Yeah. And this is what's happening worldwide. You just got to look at Israel and all this sort of thing. People all these vaccinations, and it's going through the freaking roof because no one knows they've got it. It's just spreading it.
And that's what I'm saying, Matt, that it affects the people in different ways. And that's what makes it so hard to dictate anything on a solid level because it affects everybody in different manners. Some folks get it, some don't. Even the ones who get it may have different symptoms than other people. So it's kind of like you got to have a blanket policy to have any policy because you don't know. That's why I tell people it's not about if you get it, I get it, or you don't get it, whatever, because we don't know we don't have enough information even to this day. A year.
And another thing.
What it is.
Mike, you might have another window open there, mate. No?
Echo? Am I giving you guys an echo?
No, it
went actually not now. What happened there?
That was weird.
I don't know.
It was Jim.
StreamYard does that.
Dre, you don't feel like your back's up against the wall in this conversation, do you?
No, well, I should.
And you know what? He shouldn't. He shouldn't feel like that.
I'm amongst friends.
I'm not calling him a sheep vaxxer. Have I called him a sheep vaxxer?
No, I'm saying
I'm just kidding. Anyway, I got a feeling that Mike Roche, when he usually comes up on a stream, he's smiling. He didn't come up smiling, so he's got stuff to say.
He's got something to say.
He's got something to say, and I'm going to shut up and listen.
I was answering Mr. JRC.
There's the smile I'm used to right there. He didn't come in with that smile. So go ahead, Mike.
Well, I come from, I'm no big fan of the vaccine. My doctor has not even gotten the vaccine. He's got me on certain vitamins and minerals that are known to help prevent viral infection, but he never said don't get it. I got so ostracized by my freaking family, like some kind of leopard, that I finally gave in and got the Johnson & Johnson shot, because that's the one my doctor said was the most close to normal. And finally, they would allow me to come around. I mean, it was ridiculous. And but the idea of people being forced to do it, I wasn't technically forced, but kind of coerced or whatever. But man, Dre was just saying, I think we know so little about this whole thing that forcing people to get this vaccine, forcing people is just plain wrong. It doesn't really work the way they said it worked when it came out, conveniently the day after the election also. And it's like they keep lying to us. Fauci, don't wear a mask, then wear a mask, then wear 2 masks, and then you get the shot and you'll be set to go, and then you're not. They keep moving the goalpost, and I just don't believe anything that the CDC or whomever says anymore.
Yep.
My doctor is an internal medicine doctor. He has not gotten a vaccine, and not one word has ever been. They don't even ask me if I have gotten it. Do I want it? They don't even ask me in the doctor's office, and I have to go every month because I'm on medications that have to be written.
I'm a quadriplegic, man.
I say the next time somebody asks you if you got the vaccine, say it's personal. Do you have any STDs? Can you answer a question like that? You know what I mean?
Right.
Give me a freaking break that I have the vaccine.
Do you have herpes?
Yeah, exactly. When was the last time you checked yourself for STDs? Can we on a lighter note, can we play that video that Drone Bum did?
I checked the other week, Carlos, because I asked 3 different girls, have you got anything yet? And they said no. I said, I must be clear then.
It's like Dave Chappelle's routine that he did about AIDS. You ever hear that?
Which one? No.
He was
I
like,
I
went and got the AIDS test, got passed it, got a 65. And then he goes, but boy, I had to wait 2 weeks. Man, I called every skank ass girl I was ever with. And he's like, yo, Sheree there? Oh, she died? Oh, hit by a car, huh? Oh.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Dave Chappelle is he's an animal. He's an animal.
Yeah.
My herpes, not yet, Drone Bum. It's clearing up a little bit. Tell your wife she needs to put more cream on. I'm only kidding. That's cold. Anyway, play his video since he's here. He'll like seeing it.
All right.
That's right, Dan. He identifies as a vaccinated person. Well, yeah, that's right. And if you can't get away with that, you can't get away with identifying with anything. So make your mind up, government.
I'm sorry, Drone Bum. I was only kidding. I take that back. Why isn't it sharing? Oh, shit. Now I got the spinning circle of death.
Oh, no. Yeah. Is there a link there, Jim? Did you put a link in the chat?
No, I sent it to him on Messenger. You want me to put a link?
If you put a link in, I can share it.
I'll do that. Let me find it.
I've got the spinning circle of death and a whiteness over the screen.
No, even whiter than Jim's face. Let's have a look.
Is that possible?
Hey, nobody said nothing about the new number 40 color.
I don't know, mate.
Is that Cocoa Bean Brown?
I went from 34 to 40. I jumped.
No, he is. As you get older, you got to go higher in those numbers, eh? Yeah.
Just hey, Jim, I saw that picture of you on Facebook near Devil's Mountain out there, like 10 years ago. You're looking badass back then,
Drone Bum said the music
still
is
are
copyrighted.
It's what? Sorry.
Yes, the music is
Not copyrighted.
Not copyrighted? Oh, even better.
Well, I got nothing working. I can't touch anything
Matt,
on the screen.
Matt's got it.
Like I've got it, mate. It's all right. Like we're going to believe anything Justin says about copyright. Now,
yeah.
Here we go.
Jim can play news stories, but he can't play one of my videos. I see how it is.
Hey, Dre.
Yes, sir.
None of my comments are directed towards you in any kind of negative way. Just for the record, we're all good.
Carlos, I'm not that thin-skinned.
I didn't think so.
My thing is this: if I can't have open debate with people I consider friends,
right?
I don't need you around. I don't like being around a bunch of head nodders.
I just don't want to be bad for the community. You know.
I only brought that up because Mr. JRC wrote in the chat like everybody was ganging up on you.
The community
it's
was
not a
already
gang up.
bashing
Maybe
me, Carlos.
we all happen to disagree. Did you get jabbed, Justin?
No.
Okay.
Jim's frozen now. That's excellent. Yeah, look, this is what it's all about. It was a discussion, and when you said I didn't read JRC's comment there, and I'm hoping that, and obviously he doesn't. I'm hoping that that Dre didn't feel like anyone was ganging up on him. He said a lot. We've said a lot. We have different opinions, but that's what it's all about. Everyone's not the same.
Right.
Most of the disagreement was between Dre and Carlos anyway. I mean, a lot of us just sat here and listened to it.
Well, I've been around Carlos enough that he likes to poke the bear, so I know his tactic.
No, I just tell it like I don't. I don't pull punches at all.
I know you don't. That's what I'm saying. You like poking the bear, so like I say, it's no problem. Like I say, I don't take a lot of things we discuss in here to heart. I mean, we're here to have fun. We talk about drones. We talk about FPV. We talk about society issues, government, or whatever.
We consider the source.
That too.
And like I said, tonight my state is either going to recall a governor or either we're going to have something like that going on. So we don't know. One of my buddies tried to ask me, well, are you better off now than you were before? I said, dude, you're talking to the wrong person. I've been promoted 2 times in the last 5 years. I'm pretty good off.
Right.
And I'm getting overtime on top of that. So don't talk to me about am I better off. You need to talk to somebody else who's lost a job or something.
Yeah.
All right. This is a fun video to watch. On a brighter side, on a happy side. It's
Justin, Michael's right. Night Train. That microphone is peaking something severely.
Tinny.
And peaking. It's peaking out.
I guess that's a musician term.
Who's this? Mine?
No.
Justin's.
Yeah, Justin's. It's distorted. Put it that way, because it's peaking.
It sounds muffled. He doesn't have that very white melody like you do, Matt. You need to tell him what mic you got, Matt.
That was Charlie, Drone Psyche.
At the psychiatric hospital?
Yes.
Hey, fellas.
It's like the 3 of them escaped for the day.
I'm flying my drone in a moving car, and drone
that's
bombs
freaky.
following me.
That's
Everybody
freaky.
should try that at least once.
I'm worried about the lid closing down your legs.
Yeah, right? That would be spooky. I don't think I can do that.
I didn't see Sean pop in there, are you, mate?
No, not too bad. How you doing, Matt?
Well, not too bad, mate. Not too
Good.
bad.
There he is.
Not too bad for an anti-vaxxer. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Anti-sheeper.
Oh,
Free
yeah,
thinker.
Heard about your country, man. That's just wow.
Yeah.
So angry.
Wow.
So angry.
Yeah, I think everybody is, aren't they?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Anyway, let's get off that.
Yeah, we'll get off that.
We've been on that for the last 2 hours.
Right? Yeah, that's good enough. We've fished enough. That's enough.
That's right. I will say no. I won't. I'm only kidding.
Go ahead. So I actually got to fly the other day, finally.
Nice.
Like on the 8th or something, 8th or 9th or something. But
Now, what's with the delivery truck, Carlos?
Just traffic.
It is.
Hold
It
on,
gets a bit lonely out here. Old
watch this.
Charlie. Charlie has a bit of a look. Oh yeah, looks all right. Let's have a go.
Is that your
I think we've seen this before.
Yeah, I've seen this before on Pornhub.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Is that your first time, Carlos, with those goggles?
No.
Oh, the goggles. Yeah, right.
No,
Okay.
I've had them on before.
So
Okay.
Carlos, is Charlie the stepsister? Or?
He's got the ponytail. He looks better from behind. Trust me.
Yeah. You like yanking on that thing, huh?
You can fake it better in
Yeah,
the
okay.
dark. You let me fly his 5-inch first time. Brave.
Oh, that's cool. So this is you flying here?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Did you see what they do behind my back? Look.
Oh yeah.
And I could feel them there.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I know they're there. Go away.
No, what goggles are you wearing, Carlos?
The DJI goggles.
Oh, DJI ones? Okay.
Yeah. Like you didn't actually pull that thing out, did you?
No. Look, I know he's there. Just dirty rat. Look.
Yeah.
So, how did you like the view from them, mate?
They're nice. They're great.
Yeah.
Not enough for me to go change all my stuff right now. I'm happy with what I got.
Yeah. I hear you.
For me, it's all about the flying experience.
Yeah. Well,
more than anything else. If you come home with good footage on a GoPro or whatever you want to, that's an extra bonus.
I can't afford those. I mean, that's just too much money.
He needs a new bum. His old one's got a crack in it.
He needs a belt in the worst way, and he will not put one on.
This is pretty cleverly edited.
That gave me time to go get coffee and pee.
Was Charlie ever a plumber?
No, but he should be. Or a crack dealer, one or the other. I don't know.
Right. So who's flying here?
Paul.
Okay.
He's flying the DJI Baby Hawk 2, the DJI.
Okay.
Emax drone.
Yeah. So that's just a what is it? A 2
DVR.
inch? 2 inch?
3 or 3 and I believe 3.5 possibly.
Okay.
Man, those psychiatric hospitals must have been hell back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Imagine, yeah. Takes a good picture.
Yeah, it does.
Is that all abandoned?
Yeah.
There was 2 of them. This is the Pilgrim State Hospital. The larger one was the Kings Park State Hospital where I lived. It was 810 acres large and had 10,000 patients. Totally closed down, and all the buildings are down now too.
Where'd those 10,000 people go? I'm worried now.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So what's the
in those
state of
buildings?
health? No, that's still state property. You would get in trouble for that.
All of a sudden, they're all cured.
Right.
I'm just
Here we
curious
go.
if those buildings are open.
Is that the freestyle 2?
Look like it.
It did.
I think. Oh, what happened?
Yeah.
My signal dropped.
Yeah,
Carlos is gone. Is he back? Oh, here he is.
I'm
Yeah,
here.
that was the
kicked.
freestyle 2, mate, was it? This one?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I would have brought bigger stuff, but I wasn't prepared.
Well, look at the picture you get off of that. So jealous. Fuck, I've got to do
Matt,
something
you
with
got
my
the
shit.
same video up sitting in the tray. This is the same video.
Yeah, oh, sorry, mate. Yeah, I did that
right.
when you couldn't do it. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, mate. Yeah, I got that down.
Sorry,
No, that's
Jim. I
off a
forgot you
GoPro,
don't
or-
have sticks in here.
What?
Say again. Somebody said something on.
That's off a GoPro, or is that out of?
No, that's off the goggles.
Right out of the goggles. That's
SD
nice.
card in the goggles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't get that sort of reception. No way.
Really?
Something's going on.
No, but he doesn't have DJI.
Yeah.
Well, hang on. What?
This is DJI.
DJI.
On a Tiny Hawk 2?
Yeah.
They have the cat.
Yeah, they have that.
They also have the air unit. The air unit's supposed to be better. 1080.
Hang on. This is something I'm not aware of. What is
Okay,
what?
Emax came out with a digital quad.
Yes.
Maybe I should have been more specific.
Right. Okay. So you're using the DJI goggles.
That's what he's using to not only
Record?
but to see. Yeah.
Okay. Now, I asked if this was the Freestyle 2.
Oh, no. I thought you meant the one where you saw me take off.
Yeah.
That was the Freestyle 2.
Okay, this is not.
This is Paul flying. This is a whole nother video of Paul flying. You could tell.
Right. Okay. I fly
better than this.
Because I've got.
Yeah, I was confused on that too. Okay, I got you.
That's messed up, Paul. I'm sorry.
So this is the Baby Hawk, is it?
Baby Hawk something, yeah. 2R.
Baby Hawk 2 HD.
There you go.
Matt's already got to put in his Amazon cart.
Right. And the $800 goggles.
Yeah.
I will. It's because I want to get something like that.
Because it's very clean.
Yeah, because I'm having a gutful at the moment trying to get this thing even to stay at 200 for my video feed. It's giving me the shits. So, but I'll get another. I'll get. Well, it is, mate.
Use it to practice.
Now, Matt just has to.
What's your limitation there anyway?
Look, I can't fly.
No,
about 300 yards. I say about 1,000 feet.
Megawatts.
Oh, 200.
200.
Okay. So you can't do like a 900 watt one or anything? Okay.
That was actually the bathroom.
Matt, all you have to do is call your credit card company now and see if they're having any of your shit today.
Yeah.
Very creative by Mr. Drone. That's pretty cool. That's pretty awesome.
You know what? He's always done, no matter what he's done a pretty entertaining sort of edit on his stuff.
Yep, he's creative.
Yeah. Always like that stuff.
It's kind of the feminine side in him.
Is it?
I mean, he's, mucho macho, but when it comes to the creativity.
He's got a softer side.
Yeah.
Back from the Sky has a link to Jim for one of his videos.
Oh, when he's up there. Yeah, I think he's still doing his, what do you call it? Thanks for playing that, man. Sunrise Water.
Oh, that's
He also
fantastic.
does good videos. He did one where Kai's beating him up. Chris. Did you see that one?
Yeah.
No.
I would love to do the FPV stuff, but I could never do it with my finger dexterity. All those little batteries and connections and all that stuff. So, but I'm happy with the camera drone, so I'm good.
Can I share one of my videos from?
Yeah. Everybody can share. I had to sign back into everything.
Oh,
so
wow.
that's why I didn't get that link up fast enough.
Go ahead. I'm in touch with my FemDiddy. I touch it all the time.
We'll see how this works.
You got the volume on, Sean?
No, I don't.
Well, okay, you can if there's
There's no music or anything. This is just straight up off the GoPro.
Which one? The 4 or 5?
This is the 5. It's supposed to be 4K, but I don't know why it didn't do like wide view or super view.
That looks 4K. Michael doesn't believe you actually fly. Oh, look at this.
You're right. I haven't flown it. Like, I haven't posted any videos in a long time.
You're going pretty damn fast.
Yeah, most of my quads are way too fast, actually.
If I were to do that with my Tiny Hawk, I just speed it up in post. Yeah. Wait, under the net.
Oh, of course.
No, that was me, Paulie. That's all right.
Is it coming through okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I would have taken the credit for that, Jim. Shut up.
I was going to play it again. That was a 9-minute video. Plenty of time to go get coffee, take, relief, deposit.
See, here you go. This is one thing that the
turtle mode.
The other, it's going to say the camera drones can't do.
Wouldn't that be cool if they had like a kick out leg, Mike? Like the Mavic
something,
2,
but
yeah.
Unfortunately, I've crashed a few of them, all my own fault, so I can't blame anyone else.
I was flying under the tree branches today, and it didn't yesterday, and it didn't even tell me. And the upward sensor was actually taking that reading, but it never came on screen. When I looked at Air Map, it showed that the sensor was screaming, "You got a tree above you, idiot."
Hey, where in Air Map did you find that, Jim?
On the tips. When you go to overview, I'll put it back up in a second. When
Only
you go
from a tree side turtle mode.
They wouldn't have.
They got out of that tree.
That sucker was so heavy. You couldn't have lifted it out of the tree. Dre, what happened to Dre? He's here again. How did he get out?
Good night, Drone Bum, and good night, Thomas.
I clicked myself out trying to click on Airdata too fast. I had to open another window up.
See, guys, I've actually got to drop out too because I've got to get back to this painting and shit that I've got going on.
Oh yeah.
Let me see here. The first.
Catch you later, boys.
Good
All right, have a good
All right,
one.
Matt.
Take care.
Now, you said under tips, right? Okay. Yeah, I see it over here.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate you coming in, man. Always.
So Air Map can tell you what?
Oh, yeah. It tells you all kinds of notifications that the drone puts out. Even my bitch was those weren't coming up on screen. But
right. Well, yeah.
In Air Map, it says upward obstacle avoidance.
No kidding.
Yeah.
You saying Air Map or Air Data?
Air Data.
Air Data. I'm sorry.
I was about to say, I think you were confusing them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Air Data has just got, and they added stuff to it, Dre. Did you check that out?
Some of it. I haven't gone through it in a while of all the new stuff. I know a lot of it's all about they want you to upgrade to that enterprise level, which
no.
it ain't that serious yet.
Right. That's for what do you call that? The live streaming and all that crap. I don't need.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah. I'm looking at it now where it shows. I even got a tip where it shows you are in warning zone, Class D airspace. Fly with caution.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember where was I at when I flew this.
Where's
That's
Carlos?
cool. Nice landing.
Want me to put another one up?
Thanks.
I want to. Yes, put it in the thing, and I'll put it on. But I just want to show this to Dre, I never saw this before, Dre. First of all, you see upward obstacle avoided and all this.
Right. Yeah. Never popped on your Go 4 screen.
Never came on the screen.
Wow.
Did it beep? Were you getting beeping?
Nope. Nothing. And I was using the iPad Mini 4 in case anybody wants to know.
Huh.
But when you go into Air Data, it was sitting there, and I'm like, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Let me hit overview here because I found some new stuff that it was putting. All of a sudden, they added to this, and you see your battery temperature too for each flight.
Right.
Now,
But there's the tips.
This is an app?
Yes.
Oh yeah. You can get a free version of it.
Free.
For about, I think free version covers 6 or 8 drones.
Batteries. Up to 6 batteries.
6 batteries. Yeah, because I have the Pro version, which covers the 24 batteries.
Huh. That's pretty cool.
I've been paying so long. I'm seriously thinking of doing the CVS, downloading all your files and getting. Oh, what did I wanted to show you that it sat there. It's got this thing called details now, And they
Yeah, that's what I want. Yeah, that's what I wanted to see.
They added the Hasselblad camera and all that. I was just showing Matt. Now you see, this is what's going on the right side of me.
Okay.
And the drone was down underneath that tree over there.
Really?
Yeah, I was getting a nice low shot, but it never told me. I thought I was in the street.
Was it picking up above? Is there a sensor above it?
It was underneath the tree branches there.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
from what you said, the drone detected it and reacted to it, but it didn't show it on your screen, is what you're saying.
Correct.
Right.
All right. So you can download all your files, and you can download them as CSVs.
So is that off the SD card on the drone itself then?
No, it uploads automatically through the software.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So you know how you can when you finish flying, you can go to uploading your software to the DJI app.
Okay.
And then, if you have the Airdata installed on your tablet or whatever you're using, it will automatically then upload to it.
Does that work through the Pro controller that has the screen already on it?
It would work because it's an app.
Yeah.
You're adding an
Yeah.
app.
Okay. Okay. I'll have to add that.
Yeah.
Where, I swear to God, Dre, a few minutes ago, it just said it was the Hasselblad camera and
Yeah, I saw that.
The other thing.
I'm going through some of my old flights from the summer when I was using my Mavic 2 Pro, and I don't see that Hasselblad showing up.
Look under equipment. Now it has the remote serial number on it. That was never. Oh, there it is, Dre. It's under equipment, which they must have added because
Okay, let me
now
go
it has
back to
the
June.
Hasselblad camera. It has the total of the SD card too, man.
Wow.
So what's the purpose of it ultimately? To document things or to find problems or what?
You're documenting everything you've done, and everywhere you've ever flown. If somebody wants to give you any kind of crap, plus, like I said, you get all the notifications from it.
Right.
You see all these letters A, B, C, and D. They correspond to down here. Okay, so the first time it avoided an obstacle was at E, point E, which is where? What the hell is point E? I gotta go in on this.
It's somewhere where all
You
those
didn't
green
see
dots are.
It's somewhere in there. Zoom
Yeah,
in,
Jim,
zoom
I
in a lot.
got it. Jim, I found one of my old flights from the summer, and I see where it says Hasselblad.
Really?
Yeah.
It had it back then too?
Yeah, had it back then. This is June 17th flight I did at a warehouse. And it says a camera type Hasselblad.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I've not seen that before. And the SD card data too, man.
Yeah, is Carlos still in here or did he leave?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Oh, and Carlos, I use a 128 gigabyte SD card in this one too.
Holy crap.
It's a lot of commitment. A lot of commitment.
And I used up 785 megabytes on this flight.
Wow. Holy crap. On one flight?
One flight.
Holy
I
shit.
used 785 megabytes of that car on this one flight.
Or are you running 8K the whole time?
I was running I was taking still shots of a perimeter of a warehouse.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to see if it says the same thing. If it tells it doesn't tell you the camera on the
trace. Yeah.
On and it's because then it would have to. I think the lens might screw it up because it's interchangeable lenses on that.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I don't know,
Yeah.
but it only used to tell you one battery, which was annoying as shit because you have to go over to where is it, Trey?
Equipment, batteries, and then you go through your list of which is which.
Yes, and you have to assign all these batteries. Let's do this. Let's look.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have to assign them, and that's what I did in the notes. And now it's appearing incorrectly. Let's just say, but it'll tell you for that battery. It'll give you the trends. It'll tell you the efficiency.
Nice. All right, you're killing me with all these details. Put on a video or something. I gotta tell you.
It may be killing you, but
Carlos
when
just wants to fly.
when your battery hits 200 degrees and blows up.
This was the whole point of your video I did for you, Dre.
I'm gonna find one.
Those are breathalyzer. Okay.
Yeah, see, Dre, remember we were talking about battery temps? I'm usually
130?
up or yeah, I'm usually at 130.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, I'm going to check out too. So just want to
It's been
stop
almost
in.
2 hours.
Good to see you, Mike.
I'm glad you came on with your smile.
Cooking.
Good to see you, Carlo. It's been a while.
Always great to see you.
So, Jay, Jim, thank you very much.
Don't be a stranger.
Mike. Good seeing you, partner.
Thursday, 6 p.m. Mitch, old guy in the drone, will be on. Just say hello.
No
maybe.
kidding.
Yep.
Okay.
You can hear about his interesting summer the poor guy's had.
Yeah.
He's been through some trials.
Why didn't he
I
do
don't know, because
Sundays?
you guys keep twisting it into some gay fantasy. I don't know.
Oh, we're just being silly. That's because I'm a knucklehead. I told him next time he sees me, I'll bend over. He can kick me in my ass. I deserve it.
Probably Justin, anytime you pass out the sauna with just a towel, there's never a good ending.
I'm not going to touch that one. It's too easy. Talk about endings. No, I'm only kidding.
Yeah, there you go.
Play that video real quick, Jim. Check out the quality.
It's not up there.
Again, I have to do it. Let me see.
It's not. Which one?
Hold on.
Holy smoke.
I've got Battle Creek.
What you out there? We're out there shooting dinosaurs?
Yeah. Pterodactyls,
Pterodactyls, man. What the hell?
What is that?
Those are sandhill cranes. You can see how big they are.
Yeah, they are.
Wow.
Why are they dead? They're protected here in Florida.
They're not protected here at all.
Do they taste good?
Oh, they taste awesome. They taste just like ribeye.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yep. It's the only bird that actually tastes like beef.
Tastes just like chicken.
Yeah. No, not like chicken.
This is a step up. He said beef.
I know.
It's like the Wish version of a T-bone.
Yeah, well, it's a red meat, just like beef. When you cook it up and stuff, I mean, it's pink in the center. So
isn't that fucked up, Jim? If you went out your back door and shot one of those, you'd be in jail.
Yeah.
Right?
Are you kidding me? I think about that every time I hear stories about people and how they neglect and abuse dogs. And I'm sure people in the Philippines are like laughing at us. Look, they're getting arrested for our dinner.
I ate my German Shepherd last night. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, people go over here get mad about that, but you got to think other cultures eat different animals. Like in India, they don't eat cows. Like
They don't eat any meat.
No.
They freaking let them walk around and shit in the block in the neighborhood like it's okay.
And they eat that as hummus, right?
And the rats, they let the rats walk. They eat, bathe. I mean, they drink, bathe, and freaking shower in the same water.
Right.
And poop, rather.
In the same river.
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
In India. Oh, my God, that river's got to be.
That river is so contaminated, it's ridiculous.
Yes.
Yep.
And it's sacred.
Adrian, come back on.
Like the rats.
Well, that's what I said. Like, if you go to a McDonald's in India, I think they only serve chicken sandwiches. That's no beef products because the cow's sacred. You can't eat any beef.
Right. They're gods. They got like 500 and some odd gods.
But they eat chickens and stuff. They just don't eat.
Are you sure?
Yeah, but they don't eat beef. But chickens they eat.
Huh.
All right, this
By
is
the
just
way,
built in DVR. Go ahead, Sean. Sorry.
We just went and got that today.
Fresh.
Yep.
Is this audio okay to play?
Yep.
Okay.
I wonder if it'd be illegal for Sean to send Jim some of that meat through the mail.
I can as long as I sign this thing.
Really?
Yep. If I signed that, I could send it to you.
Why do you volunteer information?
That's why I know Carlos. It's not just about vaccines; it's anything government related.
Yeah,
not totally, but I mean,
that's the weird part about it.
When the police pull you over, the best thing you say is, "I don't answer questions."
Right? Yeah.
Seriously, they want to know where you're going forward. Why should I tell you?
I didn't ask people that. I asked a simple question. I said, "Give you a license, registration, proof of insurance."
Yeah, that's it.
And if you don't have one of those,
where you headed? They say, where you headed?
I don't care where you headed.
No, I know, but I've heard that story.
Oh yeah, you always ask. They want to. A lot of guys. I said, I don't care where you're headed. If you don't have one of those pieces of identification, I'm gonna sit here for a few minutes and I'm gonna tell you, roll me a hook. No, roll me a hook.
Oh, that's even worse.
I'm taking your stuff. Then you gonna tell me everything about what you do all day.
Right.
Yeah, but you really don't have to answer those questions.
Not at all.
No, they're not related.
You tell them to bring a supervisor, or you want to be with your lawyer.
The only question I would ask you, Jim, is something like if you ran a stop sign or a red light. I ask you, what legal justification did you have for running that stop sign or red light?
None.
So you are admitted to guilt right there.
Dude, we got a camera. We got cameras everywhere down here. On every light, there's a camera.
Yeah.
You mean like a red light camera?
Yep.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I'd rather get a red light camera or a speed camera than by an actual police officer.
They
you don't get points on your licenses.
In the mail, if you get them on, like, I'm not the interstate, but
all right, watch Paul behind me real quick.
The state roads, they'll send you the. If you run a toll, you'll get the ticket in the mail.
Yeah, and it's triple whatever the toll is, right?
Look, another one behind me trying to hump my ass. Jim, check it out. When I went to Florida,
with Charlie.
What do you mean? What was I doing? I wasn't doing anything with Charlie. I'm flying my drone.
Sticking your finger or something in his butt crack, in his plumber's crack.
Oh, that's because he's always showing it. So his girlfriend said, in Brazil, what they do is throw coins. No way I'm giving him even a penny of my money. So I threw sticks. I was putting sticks down his ass.
Oh, Paul's dog walking you here.
Yeah, exactly. Try humping me. Tell you, we're over 50, all of us. Paul over 60, and we act like. I showed the video to my son. He goes, "You're 12-year-olds." We have a great time.
Yeah, getting out with the boys.
Oh, that's what I was thinking with the tolls you were talking about. So I went to Florida, and they try to sell you this Easy Pass for $40.
Yep.
And I asked, "Am I gonna, get $40 worth of tolls?" He doesn't think so. I said, "Screw it." I went through the toll, and sure enough, they sent me the ticket, but it was cheaper than the $40 they were going to charge me. It was only $25. So I saved $15 not paying.
Here's the thing. If you go from my house to 528, say I want to go pick you up at the airport, the Orlando airport, right? There's a toll. It's $1.25.
Mm-hmm.
Not 2 miles later, there's another toll for $1. Same
and
road.
if you don't have exact change or the Easy Pass, you're screwed.
But Jim, if you do compare the toll roads in like Orlando to like I-4, though, it's worth the money to get on the toll roads because they're never backed up and they always seem to move at a good flow and they're really
concrete.
Well, they're
there's
kept
no
up
potholes
really well too.
Yeah, there's no potholes. They're concrete.
Because I-4 is horrible. I mean, that is one of the worst highways.
It's like a knot too. If you see it on the whole thing is just So where did Adrian go? He was here.
Try to go feed the baby.
Yeah, I just messaged him on Facebook too. Said, "Get your ass in here."
Wow, it's 10 o'clock, Jim. I'm gonna go straighten my back and chill in the chat.
All right, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
Always, Carlos. I appreciate the conversation.
Mr. Dre, always a pleasure. Sean, you're a prick.
Yeah, I know. I appreciate that from you, Carlos.
That's a compliment. Justin,
I appreciate it.
Jim, you're a prick. Everybody in the chat, have a good night. Keep smiling and fly your drones.
Yes.
All right. Take care, guys.
See you, Carlos.
Good night.
So.
Paul's typing quick because look, layer prick. He went later. Adrian's bread feeding.
Oh, he must be
breastfeeding.
Jim.
Breastfeeding is what I think he was trying to say.
I can't. Every time I text on the telephone, it changes. You know what? When I type the word the, it types rube, R-U-B-E, every time. I don't know why.
You know, those letters ain't even close to each other.
No. Light
Jim,
comes out LE.
AARP makes this really cool phone called a jitterbug. Very simple for the older folks.
Well, as they say, Justin, when we were young, we always wanted the smallest phone, but now we're getting old. We're getting these big old 7-inch, 8-inch screens so we can see what the hell's going on.
Right.
Well, that's become your new TV. That's why. I mean,
pretty much.
I still can't watch nothing on my phone, even to this day. It's just not in me. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
It's just annoying.
It's more. Yeah, I was like, no. Can't watch nothing like this on a 5-inch screen, 6-inch screen, whatever.
I mean, shit, I had bigger screens than that in the fucking 80s.
honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if like cell phones in 40 years aren't like, contact lenses where when you're watching something, it looks like it's a 70-inch screen in front of you.
Right.
Yeah, like I said, they already have that technology out now with the what's the Google smart glasses or whatever.
Yeah. Well, and they got those goggles that like put it right here for you too.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But it's just it's not. I don't think it's massively adopted yet, as far as because I know Google they came out with glasses not a few years back, and I think this is their second gen.
Oh man.
Jesus.
Oh man.
Oh, what the hell is that?
What the hell is that? What was that shit?
No.
You definitely will get a strike for that.
Yeah, right.
That's from hanging out with you guys too long.
Yeah.
You and Matt sending each other your favorite clips.
Somebody's got too many windows open.
I gotta show this one though. This is crazy.
I'm just wondering where are my messages like that, Matt? Jesus.
If I get a copyright strike for this, there's something wrong with the world.
Oh,
there
yeah.
really is.
Well,
Matt would never play this. He would never.
We could really get a copyright streak. I could go get that crane right now and bring a dead bird in here.
Oh.
What is it?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Can't breathe.
Nope. No way.
Oh my God.
He's tapping out.
Yeah.
I would never tagged in.
What were you thinking, man?
I always say, if you can't pin it down, don't mess with it.
Oh, this one is great.
I don't know. You're on benching what 450, Dre? So you might be.
Like I say, I don't want to be no competition. I don't want to be no competition.
Yep.
This one is fantastically funny.
Okay, cool. Now take your hand. All right, you ready? I guess. Yeah, just
oh God.
Through. Yep. A little lower. Yeah. Keep going. Yep.
The camera strategically placed.
Just go all the way through.
Oh my God.
Keep
What
going.
is that?
Keep going.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Now take your hand out slowly.
Okay.
Yep. Nice and slow.
He's gonna freak.
Wow.
Adam, what the heck?
What the? There was something else in that watermelon.
Ow!
It's probably Nutella.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's good.
Priceless.
You usually have to pay for that kind of action.
Right? What is this, a donkey show?
Oh, this one's fantastic. You know, some of you guys who send this shit are sick. You really are. If you think your life is bad, these two Siamese brothers, just one is gay and the other, they got just one ass.
Oh my God. Oh, that would suck.
Who wants to smell it and who wants to taste it?
Right? Oh, that's terrible.
Grown men. You're all grown men and we're passing this crap around. Yep.
So Adrian's not coming in? I was sticking around for Adrian. If he ain't coming in,
Yeah. Let's see if he messaged me back. Nope.
Okay,
I don't even think he even read it yet. Nope.
Dan says, "Go back. I just got back to the computer."
Oh man.
Who did?
Dan, joining veteran, said that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping to show that picture to Ron, but
Of
he had
which
to
one?
leave early.
The two cranes.
The cranes, yeah.
Yeah.
He would have enjoyed that.
We even have a sign that says crane crossing.
Oh, really? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I said the cranes here know you can't touch them because they're ballsy as hell. They'll stand in the road and stare at you like, "Bring it, bitch."
Come on, I dare you.
I dare you to pull a feather out of my back of me.
It's when you just say, "Okay, I'm going to leg lift you." That's it.
But see, Florida's ecosystem is completely all fucked anyway because of all the exotic animals that have been brought in here.
Right.
Yeah.
Like especially South Florida is really bad with iguanas and all that.
The Everglades has
the
been
iguanas,
overrun.
the reptile or the snakes and stuff that have been brought in, and
well, if I'm not mistaken too, and anybody can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but in Florida, I think if you catch the iguanas, you're supposed to kill them. Like,
really?
It's a law. Like you're supposed to literally kill them if you catch them. And
Wow.
people hunt for them year round and actually eat them. There's a guy down here that has them.
All right, Jerome Bud, have a good evening. I'm right
And he-
behind you.
I used to own an iguana, and I would definitely say, yeah, they're probably pretty good. I'd still eat one.
Yeah, there's a guy that does a whole channel around cooking them and catching them.
Yep. So I loved my iguana very much, and she was 16 years old when she died. And
I saw one the other day that the head turned red. I've never seen that before, and it was iguana.
yeah, they can, like, they do change different colors and stuff every once in a while. Depends on their mood. That one must have been really, really, really fucking pissed off.
So Matt said, yeah, you're supposed to kill them because I remember I thought that guy said on one of his videos that you're supposed to if you catch them. Like it's an open season year round on them. You can kill out and kill them anytime you want.
They're just way overpopulated down there. Way bad.
Well,
There's so many people that had pets that just let them go out into the wild when they couldn't take care of them anymore.
It's not an indigenous species to Florida at all. Not even close.
I didn't even know that, to be honest with you. I knew about the alligators. You can kill alligators any time of the year.
Yeah.
Because it's illegal to own an iguana in Florida. I know that too.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, you're not even allowed to have them here. A lot of people will either go out of state to buy them, or they'll find people, that sell them, on the black market.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
hey Jim, I'm gonna
really
out. Okay.
Yeah. I got you, Dre.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Have a good one. Good to see you again.
Safe evening. Good seeing you, Sean. Justin,
Dre, go watch that Alex Jones video I did if you haven't seen it.
I think I've seen that one. I'm not sure. I might go. I'll check it out again. I always like watching your stuff at work. I just die laughing.
I gotta go try and find that Dave Chappelle one now. His stuff is crazy. I love it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the race. What was
the
it?
age
The race?
one?
No, it was the racial draft that he did.
Racial draft.
That
Really?
shit was so hilarious. Oh my god! Yeah, they did this whole racial draft where they, like, all the people representatives from each race came, and then they chose famous people. Like,
Oh God!
what was it? The Jewish people and the black people were fighting over Lenny Kravitz.
That's awesome.
I can just see, because in New York City you have the Hasidic Jews, that they're dressed in all black and they have the hats on and they've got the hair curled up around the ear and all that.
Yeah.
I could just see them with an Indian person with a turbine, and then
That's awesome.
your token white guy in the middle.
Right.
Well, I think I got Max Air's channel up. I wanted to see. Last week he had crashed that drone. Remember, Carlos was showing he hit the flagpole.
Oh,
really?
The biplane?
Yeah.
Oh.
Drone. I called it a drone. Him and Carlos were flying over a field, and it had those big stadium lights, which I call them. I don't know what else to call them. And only Carlos went past it with the Tiny Hawk. This thing was styrofoam, hit the thing, and went straight down.
Oh.
And that was in a pile of pieces at the ground, too, because Carlos did like an orbit to the ground.
Oh, man. That sucks.
I don't know if it has audio, but we'll turn it up.
A little bit.
Oh, this is where he fixed it.
Yeah.
I didn't see this one. I mean, it doesn't even look like it crashed, honestly.
No, it doesn't. It looks really good.
And he's showing the glue gun, so.
Right? Huh. Wow, he did a really good job on that. You can't even tell at all.
And it was really cool because he was tail sitting.
Oh, really?
On the one that he had, because it's harder than hell, man. He had Carlos following him up.
Oh, man.
You can already see the trail.
Oh, crap.
That's what it was.
Wow.
But for him to get it back to the way it looked in the previous clip, that's amazing. That's amazing.
He said I hit the light.
Wow. Unbelievable. You did a good job on that then, because I couldn't put all those pieces together.
It'd be like a damn puzzle.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm done. I'm just buying a new one.
Well, that's the thing with those styrofoam planes too. Like I'm sure a lot of these guys probably order extra, wings and different things and have it.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, do they have like spare parts kits?
Oh yeah.
Well,
I'm sure if it's a real popular model, a lot of people are buying.
I was talking to one of you guys today, and they wanted to know, like that aloft when you get lank or when I registered, I had to re-register because my registration was running out on a couple of drones. The first question it asked when I registered, it says, does it have remote ID? Now, we all know it doesn't because nothing's been approved yet. So when you check no, and then you register this thing and all that, so like in September 2023, when all this crap comes out, are they going to automatically not let that drone fly? I wonder how they're going to handle that. Because now they know you don't have remote ID on it. You told them.
Honestly, I think the remote ID is just going to be like an Apple AirTag. It's just going to be something small you just slap on your drone. Or unless they can do a firmware update in existing drones, maybe they have it embedded in there, like Carlos said last week. And it's possible they could.
They haven't decided on a signal or a frequency yet. Well, I mean, I've heard nothing. Whoever makes it has to get it approved from the FAA and then produced. They really think they're going to have all this done in that kind of time frame?
Right.
Well, with the chip shortages and all that shit that's been happening lately, maybe not.
Have you actually seen any chip shortage on the actual FPV stuff, the flight controllers, the F7s, the F4s, anything like that?
I thought the DJI Digital, they were having chip shortages on there, some of those.
Yeah, maybe the DJI, I could see that, but like the regular FPV, actual flight controllers and stuff, I haven't seen anything on that at all. Like you can still get KISS, you can still get race flight, you can still get any of that stuff.
I think it's just certain products, because remember how they said the Heroes were really hard to get, even used ones?
Right.
Because the new ones were selling out so quick because they weren't making that many.
That's true.
I think it's just certain chips in certain fields.
Yeah, it must be. Well, and they're not Samsung chips, so
I know the car industry was affected by that.
Oh yeah, big time.
Because they were saying that this one guy was on TikTok and he took his the King Ranch truck that he had, the Ford.
Yeah.
It was like the real expensive one that was like $80,000. Well, he had bought it, had it for like 6 months, put like 10,000 over 10 or 15,000 miles on it, within that period because it was work truck. Well, he took it back to the dealership. They gave him more than what he said he paid for it.
Really?
Back.
Wow.
Because they were having a shortage of new vehicles coming in.
Right. They're like, yeah, we'll take it back. No problem.
They're offering people more money for their used cars than they're worth.
Yeah, and that's what I've heard too. Like you go and try to buy a used truck, you're at like $60,000-$70,000. You buy a brand new truck, you can buy it for about $60,000 or $50,000 because of the discounts and everything on them. It's insane.
Well, this is the thing too: is if they buy up all these used vehicles and then all these new ones finally get the chips they need, and then those are flooded. And you got to think these cars or these models are now a year behind because they're sitting in the factories without the chips.
Oh,
they're going to have an overload of vehicles.
Yeah.
When they finally catch up, it's going to be insane. They're going to have to sell these shit. You're going to be able to get cars probably a lot cheaper.
Oh yeah,
Because
in about I'd say about 4 months, you're probably going to see these brand spanking new vehicles for about $40,000.
All right.
So.
Yeah, because they're going to be overloaded with vehicles.
Yep, exactly.
And there's so many companies that are jumping into that. Even DJI jumped into the autonomous car game with the LiDAR sensors and all that.
Right.
Now, I don't know. That's got to involve some kind of central computer.
Right.
All those LiDAR sensors have to come back to a computer. The Toyota was the only car that wasn't affected.
Yeah, because they have their own manufacturer for their chips.
So that makes sense. But it was I think it was the raw materials that was a shortage to make the chips, wasn't it?
Well, no.
I think
it was that they were overloaded in the factories. They're running at 130% as it was trying to produce these particular chips. And there's only about 3 or 4 companies that actually do these chips in the first place.
Right. Most of them are.
So it wasn't necessarily a materials type thing. It was more of they can't produce enough to actually put out in the market because of the graphics cards, the processors, the trucks and stuff, or the ECMs and stuff like that. It bombarded them. They're like, we don't know what to do. We're running at 130%. What do you want us to do?
This is why Taiwan is so important, because that's where most of our chips are made.
Right.
And that's why there's such a big thing about, well, do we protect Taiwan if shit goes down, or do we sit back and let it happen?
Yeah, and that's the thing with Toyota. That's in Japan, right?
Right.
And they actually have their own manufacturer for that. So they didn't have any problems whatsoever making those chips because nobody was requiring them to make graphics cards and processors and everything else. So yeah, they were the only ones that actually didn't have any problem with it.
That's what kills me. If they're getting, the U.S. is getting their chips from Taiwan, and TRS makes the smart board for DJI. TRS here in America makes the smart board for DJI. Why can't we get our hands on any of those smart boards?
Right.
And since 2015, not one has leaked out of the factory.
Right.
For guys to even copy.
Right.
That's something right there. I don't get it. Because I'm still waiting for the Nvidia boards to come down. This double the
Yeah,
price
good luck.
Yeah.
As far as I can see, they're just going up. So
this is stupid. I heard that, Apple has the M1. Now they got the M1X.
Right.
I heard Intel was coming out with a whole new chip system.
Yeah, they have their own video card now.
Okay. So
that,
I'm not wrong.
And Intel and Apple have their own producers for their own chips. So they don't have a restriction on that stuff either. It's not like, what is it, NTSC or something like that is making all the Nvidia, AMD, and Intel processors.
Well, that's the thing is most people don't realize, all these computer companies are just names. They're all using the same companies to build their computers.
Yeah.
They're just names.
Like
Toshiba's a name.
Yep. So, and it affects everybody when it comes to that. So it really sucks that it's like this right now, and that's why the U.S. is trying to put in some new companies and stuff, but that's going to take 2 or 3 years still just to build those facilities.
Yeah.
And they cost billions of dollars just to even make one facility. So, and to get them ramped up and get them on time and, ready to go, make sure they're all static free and all that crap like that. Oh God, it takes a while. Like I don't plan on actually seeing a U.S. company building these chips for at least the next 5 years. It's going to take them that long to build the place, get it set up, and get everything ready and going.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And everybody's like, oh, yeah, well, the U.S. took it on. Like, we're going to start building chips. Yeah, see you in 5 years.
Well, the only thing I think that would ramp it up quicker than that is if it was like, World War II type, ramping
Right.
up of production of something. But
yeah, that's when you start getting the federal government involved in it. And it's like, okay, yeah, we got to get this going right now. We got all of our high-end, automation guys going on it. They're going to program this right now, and before we even get the factory built, we'll have the entire thing going. So,
Congrats,
Iris, yeah,
Corio.
Iris Max, yep.
I know from the few people that have the Apple computers with the M1, I think Johnny Droneflyer has one. He said that thing is amazing, though.
Yeah, and that's all I've heard so far, but it is a really, really good chip, and they did a good job on it and stuff. But I'm more worried about longevity because Apple is kind of notorious for overheating.
Yes.
So I'm kind of curious how is it gonna last 5 years, or is it gonna burn out? Like, what's gonna happen? I don't know. Like,
well, even if it burns out, they're not going to replace it. They're going to sell you a new computer.
Right.
They'll tell you it's unfixable.
Right, exactly. And that's good. I'm glad that they're doing that kind of thing, but you going to replace your computer every 4 years or 5 years?
Well, that's the thing, like Louis Rossmann, that guy that Jim was talking about before. There's people that took their iMacs into Apple. Apple told them, it's going to be $2,000 to fix your $1,500 laptop. So we'll just sell you a new one. But Louis Rossmann pulled it apart, spent 30 minutes fixing it, and charged the person $30, $40.
Yeah.
And it's all done.
Yeah, put an extra fan in it, put some good thermal paste on it. You're probably fine.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're very predatory, though, with their customers.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah, they don't want you taking it apart. Don't do that. That's fucking blasphemy.
Yeah, it was a whole right to work lawsuit that he was banning up with the John Deere guys, and they went after John Deere and Apple.
Right.
But they ended up losing it, though, so I don't know if they're going back into it. But
oh, really? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, they ended up losing the case.
Oh, wow.
But
That'll
he's
be interesting.
Apple hates him, though.
The right to repair, right?
Right, yeah.
Yes.
But they hate Louis Rossmann. Apple, he is a thorn in Apple's side.
Yeah.
Oh, it's made him very popular, too.
If you watch his videos, that man is intelligent when it comes to computers. And
oh, yeah,
chips.
he is. Very.
Very.
I wonder how he got that way, because he tells you he hasn't gone to college and all this stuff.
He probably just learned from somebody and then just kept up with it. I mean, he probably just got taught by somebody or self-taught. I mean, some people are just like that. Some people can, grow up and just rip a computer apart and just naturally understand it.
I know,
and
that's
figure
insane. It out. What's an RSD recording? I'm practicing guitar for an upcoming RSD recording. Is that like a studio recording? Listening and lurking while trying to regain my fingertip calluses for the guitar strings? Yeah.
Huh.
That much I get.
Yeah.
I know Chris made his own music.
So, Jim, are you thinking about the Intel system?
No, I was just because I'm seeing it only says HD graphics here.
Yeah. Well, like from what I hear, they're okay. They're still not even close to what AMD and Nvidia are, though.
I had just heard like 2022, the beginning of 2022, there's supposed to be new big shit coming, big changes.
Well, and they have a thing that's similar to DSLL or DLSS. There we go. And it's pretty good, but like I've seen a couple people test on it, and it's just not, it's there. It's good. It's just not quite there. You got to remember, this is their first card they've ever put out, really.
I wonder do you think because they see what's going on with Nvidia, that they're finally jumping in the game?
I think that's a lot of it. And, they kind of want to try to match it up with their Intel chips as well, too.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. Like if they can do it like what AMD did with their SAM system, then they might have a chance here. But again, this is their first real run at it. Most of them have been on board on the processor for video for Intel, which they've done pretty good on a lot of those. But to have their independent graphics card on there, it's going to be iffy for the first couple years, I think.
Well, there's only two things that are going to happen. Either they're going to get their foot in the market, or it's going to be one of those things. Intel should have never done that.
Exactly. It'll be interesting to see, honestly. So I'm excited about it, but I just don't know what's going to happen.
Well, sometimes companies will get into things, and you'll think, "Oh, that company would be perfect for that," and then it turns out to be a big ass flop.
Right.
So
because you sit there when you go on the Nvidia site, like the 3080 card I was looking at, it tells you the flavor of Intel CPU that those measurements came from. Its top measurements came from, like the i9 10900.
Yep. Well, I mean, look at it this way. They said that the graphics cards prices are coming down a little bit and stuff. I paid $1,300 for my 6800 XT, and now it's $1,700. How is it coming down?
Dude, when you made a video of you put your computer together, you made a video saying what the prices were. The minute I watched it, the prices had doubled. Remember I told you that?
Yep.
It's like, holy shit.
Oh, yeah. It was like it was almost the next day after I did that video that all the prices, every one of them on every single component that I had, went up like 20%.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if they're saying it's a shortage, it's kind of ass backwards if they're saying the price is going to go down.
What's the shortage on the motherboard though?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's not even the same company.
I'm just wondering if that's what it just doesn't seem. If they're out there telling people there's a chip shortage,
it
seems counterintuitive to say the price would go down. If anything, it would go up.
Well, they said it went down because China banned all crypto mining.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so they're going to sell all those cards, so they're going to be flooding the market. Well,
those people just got up and left China. That's all
exactly.
They did.
They went to Taiwan.
They just moved their operation.
Right.
If you're making millions of dollars a day mining Bitcoin, are you just going to stop? No.
Right. No.
You're going to be like, fuck this. I'm going to go and move to Australia, or I'm going to move to the U.S. or somewhere else where I can just set up shop.
Right,
Robert. Hey, and Nvidia had supposedly made a software upgrade that was supposed to cut that out, the mining.
Yeah, they already hacked that, so you can get instead of 50%, now it's 80%. So it's not full bore, but you can still get it hacked. So that didn't work either.
Well, I remember seeing this one company. You and I couldn't get a board when they first came out, yet this company had 80 lined up and running.
Right.
I was like, oh man, I'm gonna start this crypto shit. I'm never gonna get one.
Right.
Right.
And now it's going up again. So good luck.
It's not just Bitcoin too; it's Ethereum.
Yeah,
Another big one.
Ethereum is the big one. That's really going up. What is that? 6,000 now or something like that? Really close to it.
Cardano just dropped smart contracts a couple days ago.
Oh wow!
And everybody's updating their networks for that.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah.
see. Ethereum's sitting at 3,400 right now.
3,400. Okay.
And then Bitcoin's at 47,000.
Right. Which it was down to what, 3,200 or 32,000?
Yeah, it dropped down to, I think the lowest after that crash, I think was around 29, maybe 31, somewhere in there.
So,
yeah, because it was almost in half. They lost almost half their money.
Yeah, right.
So
Yeah,
what? It's not real money though, right?
Well, it is because you can still do the exchange.
And it's network. It's what they're providing as network businesses, like Cardano's. What they're doing is like Visa is the largest transaction. Like they do the most transactions in the world of any company. They can do like 17,000 transactions per second. Cardano's goal is to do 3 million a second.
Right.
And they're almost there. And that's what they're offering businesses. So you'll be able to move hundreds of thousands of dollars for less than a penny.
Right.
Like their transaction fees are thousandths of a penny.
Yeah.
To move money.
And did you see that you can now up your wallet on PayPal with cryptocurrency too?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yep.
But it's almost the cryptocurrency, like especially the ones like Cardano. It's almost like buying stock in the company.
Exactly. Yep.
It's the coin is it's exactly like a stock.
Right.
The more the company does well, the value of the coin goes up.
Right.
And if you're in it for the long haul.
Yep.
Well, and then there's some out there that don't really have any kind of financial backing, like Shiba coin. I can go spend $100 right now and get like 15 million Shiba coins.
Right.
Because they're like an eighth of a cent a piece.
Right.
So
how did you know which one to pick? How did you know?
You just do your research on them.
Yep. And you have programs that will help you with that too. So
there's tons of people and tons of videos on YouTube of each cryptocurrency and what their basis is, and then you decide, is that one I want to invest in, and you try to buy as early as possible.
Yeah.
Like Cardano, there was people that bought 30,000 Cardano coins at 10 to 20 cents a piece back when they first came out. Now imagine they're worth like 270 something right now.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So that 10 cents that they spend is now worth $2.70.
Right. Yeah, that's a lot of increase right there.
You just create a millionaires overnight.
I think it's Kiwi Crypto. That's a good one to watch too. He helps with quite a bit of people on that.
Isn't he the one that's always on Tim's show?
Yeah.
The Asian guy, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Justin, you do all this? When do you have time for all this crap?
Dude, the crypto is you just buy it and sit on it. You don't really have to do it.
Yep.
Yeah, you just monitor it every couple of days, you check in on it.
It's just exactly like the stock market. You wait till it goes up, then you sell.
And just think of each coin as a share. I mean,
right.
I mean, I get that part of it. But what's with all the guys exchanging it and all that? How does that help?
Because you're exchanging it for a cheaper one that's going to go up in value as well too. Once that one goes up in value, then you exchange it for another one. Then that one goes up in value. You're just basically constantly increasing your income right there, just off your $100 or whatever you put into it.
Well, that was like that guy that bought $10,000. He bought 10,000 Bitcoins back when they were worth like pennies.
Yeah.
He traded it to a guy to buy him $40 worth of pizza. Those coins now would be worth, I think they said, over $80 million or something.
Yeah, it's ridiculous amount. Yeah.
But there's only 18 million Bitcoins out there, but about 20% of Bitcoin has been lost permanently because of wallets that have been, people put them on the movable wallets, the hard ones, and then they lose it. They throw it in the trash or it gets lost in a box in their garage.
Yeah. My wife had like 15 or 20 of them or something like that. She can't find the fucking hard drive for it.
But the networks are super secure as far as like the crypto wallets, Jim, is 20 specific words, like 20 to 25 specific words that have to be in a certain order for you to unlock it.
Yeah, it's insane encrypting.
That's why they actually tell you to have an old school ledger. You have a paper book ledger, and you write all your keys down in it and everything, and you put it in your safe. Because, like, that's how secure it is, to where you do not want to lose a password. Because if you put the password in wrong 3 times, it permanently locks that wallet.
Yep.
There's more money in trading crypto constantly than sitting on one crypto.
Yep.
I made $200 in 3 days with help from another YouTuber.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's exactly right. Like if you're sitting there trading just like you do on the stock market, one goes up, one goes down, you trade it, you exchange it for another one, you're just in the money. Like, this is just how it works. It's no different.
And Bitcoin's almost at a $1 trillion market cap too. Like, I think they're at like 800 and something billion, somewhere around there.
Sounds about right.
So it's definitely catching on.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, cryptocurrency that's why the U.S. Treasury is coming out with all these USDT coins.
Yeah, they're like, we're going to tax the fuck out of you.
Well, they want to be able to have a crypto that's backed by the U.S. dollar, so they
Right.
can maintain dominance.
Right.
But the thing is, in 1973, was it? We went off the gold standard. So the dollar really doesn't mean anything anymore.
No.
So
But there's not enough
it
gold in
makes
the
room
world to
for
back
crypto.
them. The amount, though, of money, paper money, and what economies are considered worth these days, there's not enough gold to back all that.
Right.
No, not even close.
Right.
The U.S. only probably has what I think they had when they did that Fort Knox thing back in the 70s, where they actually got to audit it. I think they said there was $500 and some billion in gold.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not even enough to cover a year worth of military spending.
No. We spend more than that in a day, basically.
Do you remember when we actually used to worry about the national debt?
Uh-huh.
And now you've got Biden. He already spent, in the 7-8 months he's been, he already spent $2 trillion, and he's got a bill out for $5 trillion. For I don't know what, I guess it's infrastructure and everything else in the world. You know, you get sick and tired of so much pork that's in these bills. It's a 10,000-page bill that nobody has read.
Right.
Because I've seen
then you can sneak shit into the bills last minute.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's what that one senator did when they wanted to get the alien all the information from the government. They slipped it into the last COVID bill at the last second. People didn't realize it until after it passed and went into law, and then everybody was like, "Oh, now we get to see the aliens."
Yeah, right. Like, wait a
that
minute.
was supposed to be like a Senate report or something, wasn't it? Wasn't that supposed to come out already?
Yeah, it did come out, but I stopped following it.
Yeah.
I saw 1 or 2 videos. Thank you, Marcel. I saw 1 or 2 videos that were released from like F-18s or something.
Yeah, the ones we watched that day on the live stream when we were off live. Yeah.
And that's it. That's all I've heard of it. And everybody was saying, oh, there was going to be this great Senate report. I remember Bill Clinton said that he had asked. Do you remember seeing that interview? He had asked to see the information on UFOs, and they wouldn't let him. They wouldn't let him.
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, it's because of the career people in the military, you know.
Right.
You're not the guy that's coming in every 4 years isn't running shit as much as the guy that's got a 30-year career in the NSA.
Absolutely.
You know.
They don't have as much power as they think they do.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
All right, bro.
I mean, technically, they do have full power, and if they really want to see something, I'm sure they can, regardless, because I know they can write presidential, you know.
Executive orders.
Executive orders to see things, but they're not going to publicly tell you they saw it neither, most likely.
Night, Chris.
That's the thing. Oh, go ahead.
No, Chris is leaving. I'm just saying goodnight.
But yeah, it's like, but people, like what they actually tell you and what they actually see is probably completely 2 different things. Because, you know, a lot of these presidents probably come in there oh, I'm going to find this out, I'm going to find that out, but then they find out there's certain, things behind it, and they can't say shit about it because they're still bound by, secrecy too,
How would you know? I mean, come on, they could bullshit a president. How would he know?
I mean, that's true too, yeah. I mean,
yes,
I'm
we've shown
sure.
you everything we have on the subject. If you've seen those videos from the F-18s, you already know. I mean, because that one was underwater and
Well,
then
let's
came up and moved. Come on, man.
well, let's face it too. These guys are not your, what the movie would portray as a hillbilly standing out in front of a news camera telling you his story. These are
Right.
credible, well-trained, some of the best pilots in the world, if not the best pilots in the world. And so
With
it's
the
hard
best
not
equipment.
to believe. They have nothing to gain from any of that. I mean, because a lot of them, coming out and saying anything threaten their careers anyway.
Yeah, I don't get that. But even airline pilots were afraid to tell their stories.
Because
I'm sure
people
you heard of that, right?
they're ostracizing them because, they just don't want to believe that anything's out there that they can't understand. But anyway, I got to get off here though.
Yeah, I'm going to get off as soon as Shaun comes back. There's been too many pilot sightings that now, like, is it the Smithsonian channel? I don't know what one of those obscure channels I was watching that was saying now that I don't know, people have got more balls now, to come out with those stories. Ever since you heard like Clinton tried to get into it, and more and more senators actually have been calling for releasing the paperwork on it and all. What's the big deal? The people aren't going to all be scared that we're all going to die and all that crap. So just hey, if there's something that can do hyperwarp or anti-gravity, I mean, you got ions in the air around you. They're being able to use it. We're not. What's the big deal?
I mean, obviously they haven't threatened us at all if they are real. So,
right? That's why I like that movie Arrival. They didn't make a big joke out of it or anything. Have you seen Arrival?
Years ago, I don't really remember the movie all that.
They're just like it was with Jeremy Renner, and I never forget her name. I never remember her name, but they were like hectopods. You can kind of imagine them as just brains instead of having our bodies. You know what I mean?
Right. It'd be like us uploading ourselves to a computer or something.
Right. I mean, they're already, look at Boston Dynamics is already doing with the limited knowledge we have now. They could make soldiers.
Yeah, they're doing some crazy stuff over there.
Yeah, who would care if it got shot down? You didn't lose an actual human. Right?
Right, exactly. I mean,
he started with $30. I like that. Maybe I should look into this. I know you've been into this for a little while, huh? The crypto.
Yeah, I've been into it. The thing with Ethereum and Bitcoin, though, it's like it's so high now. Maybe Ethereum's still a good one to invest in, but Bitcoin's so high now. If you're not working with millions of dollars, it's really not worth a huge investment. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not going to see a huge return on it. And if you say you bought a half a Bitcoin, even if it goes up by $30,000, you're not going to make but 15,000. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're going to make millions off of it. The best ones to find right now are the ones that are worth cents, worth pennies, and research the company and find out that they are growing and they have potential, and you buy $100 worth and get you a couple thousand coins and just sit on them.
Is it like the stock market? It's all based on the public trust.
Well, I mean,
like if we believe in it,
right? And it also, it's like I said, it's like how well the companies that are backing. But then there's some what they call meme coins, like Dogecoin doesn't really have I don't know. It's just kind of doesn't really have the backing like ADA or Ethereum or Bitcoin has. As far as it's just not a coin sitting out there, and they have a business behind it.
When you say a business behind it, what do you mean, like a Google, that kind of company?
Well, like I said with ADA, how their business model is smart contracts with companies so they can move money super cheap. They can up transaction rates, all that stuff. So they have a business model that backs it, so it kind of feels like you're buying into their company like a stock, you know?
Right.
But then there's ones, like I said, like Shiba Coin that doesn't have any real backing, and there's 999 billion coins in circulation. So 12 million. Yeah. Let me look on the app and I'll give you the exact amount. Let me look.
The reason I ask is because like when you guys say mining, and like there was a big rush to get all those Nvidia cards so these guys could do the bit mining. Is it like just shorting stock and doing it automatically while you're sleeping? Like constantly working to find the lowest, short of stock.
Well, it's definitely fluctuates nonstop. That's for sure. It doesn't really. That's why they say why people in stocks love crypto so much is because when the stock market closes, you can still buy and trade cryptocurrency even in the middle of the night. You don't have to wait till the market opens in the morning.
Do you have yours? I know you've got some in it. Are you on like automatic? No, dude. If you sit on crypto, you'll make fuck all. But if you are in the trends with money on small coins, you will make lots. Okay. Like it's pretty much what you were saying, right?
Well, it's either you're a long-term holder or you're a short-term holder. So if you're somebody that wants to buy coins and just flip them every time they go up and then buy them again when they dip down,
go down, right?
Then you can make money. But then there's some people, that bought into Ethereum and Bitcoin when it was worth pennies and set on it. And they waited, and then now they're multimillionaires. So, I mean,
he made his money off of Ethereum and Poly. What'd you say the Poly was?
Okay, so Shiba coin, yeah, they have 999 billion coins in circulation. Or their max supply, they have 589 billion in circulation right now. So they can add more as needed. But the thing is they're worth a sixth of a cent.
So it's like a flooded market. Yeah. Right.
Well, some of the coins, yes. That's why Bitcoin is so valuable, because there's only 18 million Bitcoins that were ever made. Like they just don't produce them. Once it's made, that's it. Once the network's made.
Getting into coins early helps for sure.
Right.
Yeah, but see, 18 million sounds like an awful low number for the amount of people we have. I don't want to say
but
on the planet.
Yeah, but you got to think 18 million coins, each one's worth $30,000. So there's only so many people that can afford it. You know what I'm saying?
Can you cash out?
Yeah, you can cash out anytime you want. I can cash out up to $200,000 a day on the app I use if I had that much.
Where would it go? To your bank?
Yeah, you just link your bank right to it.
Then the government knows you've got that money, and then they tax you.
It depends. Some of the apps report to the IRS and some don't. Like Coinbase reports to the IRS, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, Binance doesn't. And I know Voyager doesn't. They don't do any reporting to the IRS. But say I made $10 million, though, on the Voyager app, right? And I decided I wanted to cash out. Well, I could dump them all into USDT coins that don't fluctuate because they're backed by the US dollar. So they're just worth $1 a coin. Right. Now you do earn interest off of them every month.
Which you don't in the bank.
Take that, right, but I could take that 10 million, dump into USDT coins, knowing it's not going to fluctuate. That's my nest egg. And then I could just cash out a couple $1,000s each month as I need it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, definitely.
Like if you just wanted to live off of it, you know what I'm saying, and not really flaunt it, I guess. But I mean, if you really wanted to move that much money, you could also go to a tax lawyer and say, hey, what do I need to do to properly move this and pay the taxes? I mean, any which way, you could go that route.
I just got to figure they're going to make some kind of damn laws. I mean, Jesus, they got estate taxes.
They're going to try
when you
but it's
die.
hard. But that's the thing is cryptocurrency is like against all that. They don't want to, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to be regulated. So it's kind of a fight between.
Yeah.
Their networks don't really jive with the rules like you're saying the government would want to put in place.
Well, the other thing that I've seen actually people do, and like what Marcel's saying there, is you can actually exchange it to another bank overseas and then exchange it back over here to the U.S. Then you don't have to pay that fee.
Right.
Like Go Caribbean, yeah.
Right.
Because anything
or
over
a Swiss
here,
bank account.
But I mean, if you wanted to move,
too.
well, I'm saying, but if you wanted to move the money legally, you could, because technically you have proof that you earned that.
Right.
I mean, you would just, if you say tomorrow all of a sudden deposit $200,000 in your bank, and the IRS gets a notice, as long as you pay the taxes on, well, as long as you pay the taxes on that $200,000, they can't say nothing to you.
Yeah, income tax. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, at the end of the year, you just report it, just like anything else. Or, like I said, you could go to a tax lawyer that knows tax loops, and you probably wouldn't pay shit.
Right, exactly.
You find the guys that are, you know, you go get yourself a financial advisor or somebody professional.
Yep. And they probably just tell you, be like, yeah, that was an off-market increase in your income, but it doesn't count as a working wage, so you can actually get this tax-free.
Yeah, they would figure out some kind of loophole.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
As long as they got their little fee for doing your paperwork for you.
Yeah.
They're good. They'll figure
I'll pay
something out.
$70 instead of like $2,000 for taxes.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, like, how can the government regulate something that has nothing to do with them?
They really can't. That's the whole thing.
Right,
They try their hardest, but they really can't.
Yeah, my wallet, my app doesn't have any fees, neither, Marcel. I use Voyager. But we're talking about once you cash out, would you have to pay taxes on that? Like where the government steps in after it leaves the app?
Yeah. Yeah, when you actually put it into your bank account, what do you get? So
right. Because you know what a beating that is.
Yeah.
And I know that anything $10,000 and up, and even some bank tellers will report $9,000, you know.
Yeah. Or fuck it. Just buy everything FPV through crypto. Yep, there you go.
And like Jim, I have ADA coins, and I have VGX coins, which is the Voyager app coin. And as long as I maintain a minimum of each one on the ADA coins, I gain 5% interest every month, and on the VGX, I gain 7% interest. So they give me free coins each month.
Nice. That's cool.
As interest.
That's awesome.
Like last month, I got 2.1 free ADA coins, which was about, $10 or so.
Is there a set percentage on that? Is that what it is? Or
yeah, they give you a percentage, but you have to maintain a minimum balance of that particular coin.
Okay.
Because they don't give you interest on all the coins on their exchange, but there's like a list of certain ones.
Right.
And it will tell you have to have a minimum 500 or a minimum of 25 or a minimum of whatever. As long as you maintain that minimum throughout the whole month, they give you interest on it.
Gotcha.
And they do up to 9% interest on some of the coins.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Have you heard of Brave browser?
No, I have not.
Marcel says that makes him money daily, crypto.
Yeah, there's a lot of different programs like that do that.
The three most popular is going to be Coinbase, Binance, Voyager. Those are probably the three. Yeah, those are three of the most popular. And like Jim, before you sign up for I would probably recommend Voyager because it's really super simple for new users.
Right.
And if you decide you want to do it, don't sign up until you get my code, because me and you will both get free $25 in Bitcoin.
Oh, nice.
as long as you spend up to $100, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you sign up. But it's a way to get a free $50 between the two of us.
Yeah. I was thinking about spending $250, so I'll keep that in mind. I'll keep you in mind on that.
Yeah. Well, no, that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
well-
It works out for both of us because we both get a free $25, and you can trade that Bitcoin for whatever else you want.
Nice.
Well, talk to me about it, and we'll talk offline or whatever. But Marcel says Coinbase has a lot of fees.
Yeah, Coinbase. I'm not a fan of them. I don't like using Coinbase. I use Voyager. They're completely free. On there.
Yep.
They're limited which cryptos you get into. It's an interesting prospect, because as they're always talking about the G7 meeting up and one global, the International Monetary Fund and all that shit.
Oh, screw that.
yeah, exactly. They're all controlling their dollars from their countries, right? It's like a kick in the balls.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It could be, some people could drop a couple $1,000s in there, and that also could be, emergency cash that you have. If you run into an emergency, all of a sudden now you got $2,000 that you've been sitting in there and letting collect interest.
And now that, like you're saying, if PayPal is going to agree to use it, I don't have to go through Visa, which means I don't have to go through the bank. Although I'm sure PayPal would probably report it too, right?
One of the U.S. banks actually just agreed to start using ADA coins.
Yeah.
But I don't remember which one it was, but they agreed to start it. And then Brazil just made Bitcoin an official currency there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think it was Brazil, if I'm not mistaken.
You're probably right. I don't know.
Because they're trying to, adding cryptocurrency, especially to an economy that has bad inflation, it can help actually counteract inflation.
Yeah.
It can actually decrease your inflation. It can help decrease it.
Yep.
Because that crypto is not backed just by your government. It's it's valued in other countries, so Brazil can hold on to it and resell it and all that.
Yeah.
Did you say you were in Binance?
No, that's one of the other ones. But honestly, out of the three, I would recommend Voyager. Super simple for new users, very easy app, no fees, a very trusted app, and they're growing. Every couple of weeks, they literally go down for a day or two because they have to upgrade their system because they're just getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
So.
Now, are they limited on their total amount?
No.
No, I mean like you were saying, the other one had 18 million, only had 18 million.
You can buy as much as you want, and the more the coins that are bought in a particular crypto, the more valuable they're going to become because of the scarcity of them.
Right.
That's why Bitcoin's so valuable, because there's only 18 million out there. Give or take 20% of that's been lost permanently.
Right.
So because of that, it makes it more valuable because there's so much less of it.
Yep.
That's why Shiba's not worth shit, because it's got 999 billion coins.
Yeah, I mean, you got to cap it, but like a regular currency, look, we're going into trillions of dollars of debt here in one bill being signed. My kids' will be paying that debt up. I mean, gasoline went up to $3.10 a gallon today.
Fuck, that'd be nice.
Yeah, but you said, it was $2.34 in January.
It's $3.80 right here, right now.
Well, because of Biden, that's fucked.
I know.
Look, Jim, put that up on the screen. If I spent $100, that's how many Shiba coins I could get. 14 million.
Jesus.
That's nuts.
And if that goes up, holy shit.
Well, see, that's why people buy it, because it will fluctuate between 0.6 and 0.9 cents.
Okay.
So they'll buy, 100 million of them, and then it goes up by just a fraction of a cent.
Right.
It could make them a little money, but.
Hey, Jim.
Yeah.
Buy a fucking video card.
I know.
You would get into this really heavy. If you bought a 3080, you'd be fucking set.
Oh man, it sounds like I would be. I'll tell you what. I got in. I can't remember the damn. In the '80s, I was into trading, and I had oil stocks and oil split at $73 at the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, great! Thank you for the $8,000."
Right.
Man, you took a beating on taxes when I.
Oh
you
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
You know,
taxes and fees and.
But I had this stupid program. I don't know if anybody's going to remember it. It actually went by color. There was yellow, red, and green. Green was their buy suggestion. Red was it's going down, so short it. You know, that kind of thing. What was the name of that goddamn program? I got to have the discs on it.
I got to get out there.
I'm going to go. Yeah. It's 3 hours. It's ridiculous. All right, guys.
I'll see you guys later. Everybody in the chat. I'll see you later.
Have a good one, man. Good to see you.
I'll see you later, Shaun.
Good night, Jay. Good night, Marcel. Good night, Justin. Don't you bitch about the gas price where you are. We pay more and live. I know you guys pay better.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Canada's a lot worse. I know.
And yet, don't you have the? I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into it. That'll be another hour of discussion on the
right.
Yeah. I want some of what he's on. All right, bye, guys. Thank you. Let me just end the stream.